Hey, what's good, y'all, man? I had to re-crank up this live stream. Had technical difficulties. Um, so I'm about to bring my brothers back on. This is like the first time this year
Got it.
that my live
Now,
just
Corey,
crashed. Yeah, man, we live, bro. We live. So I'm sending the links out to the fellas. So
y'all know how we rocking, man. Your boy Mr. 214, we back up on this thing. Shout out to the UGC, baby.
yes, sir. Appreciate you coming on, bro. I'm glad you had
Yeah,
time this morning, man.
you know, man.
You feel me? Well, let me send this link out to the Hangouts. Now I hear y'all clear, so I just had to reboot my laptop for that shit to start cracking better now. But go ahead, man. Y'all continue. Y'all was spitting fire and we was offline and shit. Now I hear y'all clear, so I just had to.
Corey
Yeah.
Lee, you there?
Yeah, I'm here, bro. What's up?
Yeah, we back.
We back with another banger. What's good?
So y'all left off talking about the trolls and shit, Corey. That they didn't approach you, but they saw you at the fight, and then y'all was talking about
Oh
kind of the
yeah,
herd.
yeah. We were just talking about, just, you know what I'm saying? We were just talking. But I mean, to be honest with you guys, man, if you guys see me, you know what I'm saying? Just say what's up though. You know what I'm saying? If it's official, it's official. I'm gonna come official regardless though, you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying I be at these though, Doug. So make this Haney fight coming up. There's a heavyweight on the undercard of Philip
Is he breaking
Hargrove.
up? Or was that me?
Knocked out
That's
Amir
him.
Mansour.
Hey, you breaking up, Corey?
Oh my bad. I'm saying I might go to this Devin Haney fight, and it's a heavyweight on the undercard called Philip Hargrove. He knocked out Amir Mansour before Efe Jagba did. So I'm gonna try to go get some footage of that guy, and it's a couple other fighters on the undercard. He's an Olympic bronze medalist, I believe, and he sparred. And from what I heard, he sparred, and he had some very, very hard sparring wars with Deontay Wilder. Very, very hard.
That nigga
He's
Efe
gonna be at the
Jagba was funny as
DMV
hell.
this Saturday.
He was at the fucking Brazil fight.
Who was?
Efe,
Oh, Fa.
big African nigga.
Yeah. African Wilder. So
Yeah, that nigga was like, no. He was like, what you think about Wilder? He's like, I'm taking my time.
Yeah, I seen that. He said I'm taking my time. I was like, oh, this dude don't want no smoke though.
Hell no. He saw that
No,
right. He
I
saw
mean,
that
he
right
no,
good
it
hand.
ain't.
though.
Come on, man. It ain't that he don't want no smoke. He a young fighter in the game.
Nah, he young though.
Yeah, I know. That's
He
the same
young.
thing with
Yeah.
Joyce and Dubois and
And
all these other young boys.
How young is he though?
I don't know. Joyce and Dubois supposed to be fighting though.
I don't like Joe Joyce.
Joe Joyce got to be the slowest nigga, and
I do
that
not
nigga's
like
the
him, Charles
sloth.
D. That dude right there. I do not like him as a fighter. Like,
He's
Joyce.
sloth, nigga. That's because his punches take forever to get there. I don't know how he knock niggas out with these slow ass punches that you can see coming, man.
He fighting slow ass niggas, bro.
No, dog. Have you seen him fight?
No, I'm saying the niggas he fighting can't get away from them shits because they slow as fuck. With his slow ass
You
punches
know how
coming at him.
trash you gotta be to not escape his shit. I could escape that shit watching it on TV, nigga. Like I could see it coming. Right hand, left hand,
But
sidestep.
don't everybody that Abel Sanchez trained, they kind of slow, right? But they just got a lot of power, right?
Well, Triple G wasn't slow.
Triple G wasn't slow?
Nah, not punch speed wise. Not like Joe Joyce.
Well, he heavier, you know what I mean? But it's really seemed like the guys usually have power, but not really speedy
and Joe
type guys.
Joyce don't even look like he got that much power, really.
Yeah,
Fam.
because he throws
Hey,
so
that's
damn
true.
slow, you can't even tell.
He had to hit Stavern so many shots before he got him out of there. Where Wilder got that nigga out of there quick.
Yeah,
So
but you also got to remember,
That's,
Stavern came in damn near 300 pounds.
yeah, but I don't understand the shit Joe Joyce talking, and he don't even look the fucking part to me yet.
yeah, he got them that what you call it, LGBT belt, some shit. This shit got all kind of colors on it. I'm like, what kind of belt is this shit? Hey, real quick, let me play some audio, man. Y'all let me know y'all thoughts on this.
The dream come true, guys. Started boxing at the age of 7. I put blood, sweat, and tears in this sport. I worked hard to be a champion. I've always wanted to fight some of the greatest names in the sport of boxing. Years ago, I wanted the Floyd Mayweather. I wanted Manny Pacquiao. Floyd's gone. Pacquiao's here, and he wants the challenge. And I'm very grateful, very happy to be sharing the ring with a legend like Manny Pacquiao. But, you know, for those who know boxing and truly understand boxing history, you know, times change. I believe boxing has come to a new era. Floyd is gone. Pacquiao is here. Come July 20th, he will disappear.
Hey, fellas, what's your thoughts on that, man? He's saying he gonna make Manny Pacquiao disappear. Y'all think that Keith Thurman got what it takes to get Manny Pacquiao out of there?
I believe him. I believe
he big
him.
enough. He talking cash shit.
I believe him cold-heartedly, fam. Like a lot of people still sleep. I don't know why they sleep in or the hate they got for him because he was out for 22 months. They forget the fuck who Keith one-time Thurman is. And he is a motherfucker, bro. He's the most charismatic fucking fighter in boxing when he talking.
Mm-hmm.
And he has some of the best skill sets in boxing when he fight. It's like a lot of the people out here who say they real boxing fans, they really show themselves to be casuals, just to not understand this man greatness and what he done did in boxing so far. This is the guy who been waiting on the opportunity like this. He wanted that Floyd fight. He was like Earl wanted to fight him. He wanted to fight Floyd, but he didn't get that opportunity. Now he got this opportunity against Manny Pacquiao, a legend. Any fighter, when you growing up, when you become champion, it's something that's on your bucket list to fight a legend and have a legend on your bucket list. And with Keith Thurman getting this opportunity on his first pay-per-view against Manny Pacquiao, he's going to go in here to seek and destroy him.
Facts, bro. I mean, hey, let me ask you this real quick, ILTBA.
Man, listen.
Do you think it's really difficult for a Errol Spence fan to be a fan?
Hey Black, can you send me can you send me the link? Cause I'm gonna get on with my other phone, man. This phone this phone ain't really doing that good.
Oh, I just did. So you want me to send it again?
Yeah, just send it in the chat or something like that. Or I mean not in the chat, but like on the Google Hangout so I can just go on my other phone and get on there.
All right, I'm about to do that right now.
All right, y'all.
All right. Hey, but ILTBA, do you think that, and then Charles, you can answer afterwards. Do you think that it's really difficult for an Errol Spence fan to be also a fan of a Keith Thurman?
Yeah, I think it's difficult. I think it's difficult to for them to do that because people be so invested. So I understand that side where they so invested they can't see the other dude. But if you but them casuals though. But if you actually in the media and if you actually covering this sport, you have to give props where props is due. Right. You know, everybody want to talk about Keith Thurman, and I mean everybody want to talk about Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence. I don't know why the fuck y'all talking about that because that's not the fight. I've been saying this since day one, 2015 when I started. That Keith Thurman and Errol Spence is the fight. So I can see where it's hard, and I don't understand it because at the end of the day, this is boxing, fam. It's just a sport. Like it's just like football. We may not like the other team, but we could give credit where credit is due. You understand me? And I don't think I think it's justifiable because people be invested, but I think for the media, from the standpoint as the media, you know, we got to give them his respect.
Yeah. Corey.
Yo.
Hey, so I'm asking you the same question I just asked LTBA. Do you think it's difficult? Do you think it's difficult for Errol Spence fans to also be fans of Keith Thurman? Is that even possible?
I truly believe, man. It sounds crazy, but it's hard, man. I mean, I'm a fan of both, you know, but you gotta be unbiased to be a fan of both. You know what I mean? You can't be like, I'm pro Errol Spence. I'm from Texas. Like a lot of them Texas guys ain't feeling Keith Thurman. I'm gonna be real with you. I ain't saying IOTBA ain't, you know what I'm saying? Cause he don't be biased with the shit. He be, you know, be real with the joint. But I'm just saying, he know what's up. It's a lot of guys out there in Texas that ride for Errol Spence. Ain't nothing wrong with that, though. But I'm just saying, they ride for him. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of guys in Florida that ride for Keith Thurman, but after the shit he's been going through, you know what I'm saying? Some of them guys in jump ship and said, fuck it, I'm in Florida. I'm still rocking with Errol Spence. So
But and I think that's fucked up though too. You know how Keith Thurman just get drugged through the mud because of his injury that he had. Like I say, you heard Keith Thurman yesterday. He's 30 years old. He's been doing this since he was 7 years old.
Mm.
Do you know how many punches? Do you know how many punches this dude done threw? Do you know that he been wear and tear on his shoulder, his elbow, and all that for years, man? This
oh yeah.
dude actually fucking needed to get that surgery done. And when you get to this level to where
Hmm.
you making millions of dollars, fam, you
Hmm.
don't give a fuck about no fan opinion or if they saying you ready and you could come back when you know boxing is what have you did for me lately. If
Mm-hmm.
Keith
Yeah,
Thurman
real
come
talk.
back early and he lose a fight, then his money go down. This
It's
ain't
gone. Yeah,
football. This ain't
yeah,
football where you could have your guaranteed contracts for the whole year. You gonna get paid this
yeah.
amount. No, nigga, that's not that. So that's why I don't understand how ignorant, because these niggas is ignorant. All you niggas who get mad at this man for making sure he was 100% healthy before he came back, knowing we in boxing and knowing it's a fight to fight basis.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's real shit though. Cause I mean, I seen him time and time again, man. Guys, through injury and through other things that happen, and they just go right through it. Like, look, I'm not gonna pull out. It's 3 weeks before a fight, and they just go through with it, and they wind up getting stretched. You know what I'm saying? Because they can't throw the hook the same, or they can't throw the right hand the same. You know what I'm saying? And it affects them. But and a lot of these shady ass, janky ass promoters, man, put a lot of pressure on these fighters to get back in the ring before they, ready to. But a
Yeah.
real promoter, won't rush it because he knows that O, I don't care what nobody say, man. That O means money, man. That O is a lot of money invested in one O. I mean, look at Floyd Mayweather. He banked most of his career off of being undefeated.
Yeah,
You
but
know what I'm
that's
saying?
Floyd though, Corey Lee. That oh don't mean everything, fam.
Well,
Yeah,
I'm just saying,
no,
that's for the younger generation. They look
I
up
I
to
know
Floyd.
I know, but it means something, but it don't mean everything. Look at J Rock. He's showing
Mm.
he
I know.
defined.
Yeah.
No, what I'm saying is J Rock defined that oh don't mean shit because that performance that he put on against Jared Hurd, nigga, we ain't even thinking about that loss he had against Jamal Cholo. We looking at this new J Rock that done
Yeah,
refound
but
himself.
it ain't just J Rock, man. Past champions did it with losses.
No, I know. I
Right.
was just
We
giving
had this
an
talk
early
last time with
example.
like Tyson and
No, no, I know. I was just
Lewis and all these other niggas. They still was
Oh
great.
shit.
no, Charles D. I was just giving a
Yeah.
recent example.
Uh,
It's crazy though. Even when J Rock won, niggas was putting out memes like, "Remember when J Rock got stretched by Jamal though?" Like, damn, y'all niggas some haters, bro. Like, look
yeah,
at this
niggas is
nigga.
still holding on to that shit.
They put up highlights of this
That's
nigga getting
crazy.
stretched to Jamal. Like, wow, y'all niggas some salty ass niggas, bro. Get this nigga his
Yeah.
credit. Let me address this comment. B&B Boxing News says niggas lost respect for Thurman because his bitch ass been ducking Earl. Okay. Um, so should people lose respect for Earl for ducking Crawford? Because a lot of people feel like he ducking Crawford. So is everybody keeping the same energy with Spence for not wanting to consider that fight right now? Because Keith is not considering fighting Earl right now. Earl's not considering fighting Crawford right now. So is Earl a bitch ass nigga for not taking a Crawford fight right now?
Hey, I'm gonna be real with you guys.
Thurman is not
Everybody
considering
say
fighting either one of them.
everybody say what they want to say, man, but they gonna go out there and pay for that fucking pay-per-view, or they gonna, you know what I'm saying, pay for them tickets, just like in Earl Spence. They wanted to see Earl Spence fight Terrence Crawford, but they paid for fucking Mikey Garcia though.
Mm-hmm.
So what is that? Is that double standard, or is that what's up with that?
They got to keep the same energy, man. That's what I'm saying. They got to keep
Yeah.
the same energy, bro. Y'all can't just go hard on Keith for not wanting the Arrow fight and then give Arrow a pass for not wanting the Crawford fight. It's like, come on, man. These is
Nigga,
all
ain't
champions.
none of them getting the pass. He ain't getting the pass either. If he fucking skip Porter, motherfucker, we ain't leaping past that one either.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Boxing Monster says, "Does your power go away as you get old? Pacquiao has to catch him once early in the fight."
Good
Uh,
question.
do y'all think Pacquiao has the power at his age right now to Hey Charles D, go ahead and mute real quick, bro. Mute real quick.
Oh, my fault. I'm in here
Um,
grabbing something.
Do y'all feel like Pacquiao has the power at this particular age, in this position in his career to possibly knock out Keith? Because we saw Keith, he got in trouble.
No, no,
He
no,
don't you don't think he has the
no.
potential?
Because and this is why I think a lot of people getting fooled. That like I go off of reality, and you know what they say about reality, right, Black? It's a motherfucker. People don't know how to deal with that. If we looking at Manny Pacquiao and his last fucking fight he had against Adrian Broner,
Mm-hmm.
that dude is that Manny Pacquiao we once knew was gone.
Mm-hmm.
He gone. You know, it ain't nothing that I could
He
look
look
at that
old, yeah.
fight. It ain't nothing that I could look at that Pacquiao versus Broner fight against the dude in Adrian Broner who gonna throw one punch. Hold up, maybe two punch. But if we lucky, he'll throw a fucking combo.
Yeah.
Man,
Yeah.
listen, Pacquiao ain't even no body puncher. People sit up here and talk about can Pacquiao hurt Thurman. When have we just seen Thurman just really hurt? I know he was hurt that Josecito Lopez fight, but that was after a 22-month layoff of inactivity, not being in the ring, of seeing
He was
punches. The
hurt when he
only other
fought Porter.
time,
He was hurt when he
hold
fought
up, hold up.
Collazo. Body shots.
The
Oh
only
shit.
other time we seen him hurt is when he got hurt with the body shots. I'm talking about his chin.
Mm-hmm.
So no,
Hey,
I don't think Pacquiao gonna be able to hurt him. I think he'll shell of himself. I think Keith Thurman is gonna, like he say, Keith Thurman is gonna really sit down on his punches like he do, and I think he's gonna try to hurt Pacquiao, fam.
yeah.
Yeah,
Go
I
ahead,
do
Corey.
too. I think it's a statement fight, man. I really do, man. I think it's one of those fights where, I just feel like, a lot's been said about Keith Thurman, and Keith Thurman, he's felt it. He's felt the fans, being, eager to see him in there with somebody really good and stuff like that. And I just think that this Pacquiao fight is just what the doctor ordered. You know what I'm saying? It puts him right back on the map if he can get a spectacular win. It
Mm-hmm.
puts him right back into the pound for pound talks, and it just puts him back into the discussion of who really is the top welterweight in the division.
Yeah.
You got Earl Spence saying he's the best welterweight. You got Terrence Crawford saying there is nobody close to me. You know, you got Keith Thurman saying that he's back. He's the best welterweight. So, I just feel like, and then Sean Porter says his things, but nobody really believes Sean Porter because we know he's going to get stretched. You know what I'm saying? I'm not taking anything away from Sean Porter. It takes a lot to get in that ring, but I just don't believe him. I don't believe him. I mean, I just think,
I
with
felt he
Keith,
lost to Ugas, so yeah.
I
yeah, and I
know
mean,
this. I know Earl can't come in this ring lackadaisical. After that J Rock performance,
yeah,
Er- Earl can't come in this ring playing, fam. You know,
Mm.
yeah. And Dan Raphael thought Hurd won the fight.
Man, get
That
that shit
shit
out of here,
crazy.
bro.
I don't. That shit crazy. I don't know, man. That
That
shit
nigga,
crazy.
man.
Dan Raphael. I met him at the fight too, man. Shout out to Dan Raphael.
now like Dan, he cool though, fam. Cause
Yeah.
all right, I don't met Dan. Like I know it's a lot of things been said about him
Uh-huh.
in the media, but me personally meeting him, I was back there rapping the song. Dan Raphael turned around to me and he said, "Yeah, man, I used to bump that Tupac all the time."
For real.
Oh, look on God, bro, fuck me up. You see this big old white dude with curly hair. You know that's why you never judge a book by its cover.
Mhm.
You know,
Uh-huh.
and he's just cool like that. So I don't got no smoke with Dan. He was cool every time I
Shout
talked
out
to
to
him.
Dan, but he tripping on that motherfucking thinking that her won that fight though. But shout out to him. But real quick, let me just
So
address
what fight that
BNB
nigga was
one
watching?
more time. BN Boxing News said no, he's not ducking Crawford. Both camps don't want it now, trying to build up the fight. So why can't we say that about Keith? Maybe they trying to build up the fight between Keith and Spence. So it's like you shitting on Keith for
Uh-huh.
not wanting to fight with Spence right now. But when it comes to Spence, when people say Spence is ducking Crawford, you say no, they just building the fight. So I'm like, y'all got to keep the same energy, man. They got to keep the same energy. It's like you giving Spence a pass, but you shitting on Keith. So either they all of them trying to build the fight or all of them ducking. So I mean, it just seemed like it's a little
I, I I
biased.
just I just think if Earl Spence beats Sean Porter spectacularly, like if it's a knockout or anything like that, or if it's a stoppage, and then Keith Thurman can get a stoppage, or yeah, if both fighters can get a stoppage in their own fights, in their own separate fights, the build up to that fucking unified title, dog, is gonna be so official.
Let me ask you this.
God damn.
Let me ask you this. With Earl going 12 rounds with Mikey Garcia, can we just say Earl gonna knock out Sean Porter?
I can't.
Hell no.
Nah, you can't say that, but I'm just saying, like
people saying that though.
Asking the question because we know
I don't see that happening.
Sean Porter is a dog. I give him that.
But I'm gonna tell you right now though, ILTPA, I'm telling you right now, Mikey Garcia does not take all them chances that Sean Porter does. Sean Porter opens himself up.
No, I know, but but look, Corey, if we look since Sean Porter fought Keith Thurman, it's like Sean Porter trying to fight like Keith Thurman now. Now go look at his fights. He done turned into a boxer who trying to go in and out, and he pick his spots when he's coming in. I'm just saying, if you go look at him, I swear he looked like he's trying to fight like Keith Thurman now.
And it did not look good against Ubis.
Nah, he lost that to me.
Looked terrible
in a close fight, but yeah, it just seems like he's trying.
Well, yeah, let's ask IOTBA this though. You said that since Earl Spence didn't knock out since Earl Spence didn't knock out Mikey Garcia, we're gonna say he's gonna knock out Sean Porter. Well, let's just say, what do we learn from Sean Porter in the you guys fight? He can get touched up easy.
No, he can't get touched up, but. And
so do you think those same? Let me ask you this: do you think those same shots that came from you guys? You think if Earl Spence got the same opportunity, he won't ice the shit out this nigga?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
I'm sure.
Okay, well, you gonna let me answer the question, Corey? I know how you feel. It's clear. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if Earl will be able to knock out Sean Porter now, because one thing that I got to respect about the sport of boxing, as you level up in this game, fam, and as you fight better competition, you're not going to be able to get all them knockouts like you used to. Now, look, Mikey Garcia went 12 rounds with Earl. Sean Porter is a big dude. You know, Sean Porter he been knocked down one time by Adrian Broner. So, am I wrong for saying, do I think Earl will knock out Sean Porter if Mikey just went 12 with him? That's a good question to ask, in my opinion.
Yeah. Raz Claw, what's up, man?
What's up, y'all? Hold on.
All right, go ahead and mute until you
ready
to talk. What's up, Red?
What's up, Red Glove?
I don't see Porter getting stopped. I see that shit going the distance, but I don't see him getting stopped. If Porter couldn't do it, Danny couldn't do it.
But I do understand where Corey Lee coming from. And this is why I could be objective and say I could see a stoppage as well. Because styles do make fights.
Yeah.
As I say, Sean Porter do take more chances. But as I've been watching Sean Porter the last couple of fights, it's like he's been boxing more and coming in sometimes.
That's because everybody keeps telling him he's smothering his work.
But that was true. He was smothering his work, though.
Like if he tries to, he can't bully Spence. He can't sit there and try to. He can try, but
I think that's gonna be
that shit.
That's gonna be his game plan. He gonna try to bully Spence. Spence gotta fight on the outside,
and that's not gonna work for him. But that's an option Spence has. Spence can fight him outside or inside.
I don't think Spence should be on the inside with Sean.
Porter can't do that from the outside.
He'll be easy. I see Errol. You know, the way I see it going, Errol can outbox him easy.
How do you see it going, Mr. UGC, Mr. Black Horseman? How do you see it going?
I can see Sean trying to make it a very ugly fight. You know, an ugly fight favors him, but I think if it's a very clean, style, what you call it, technical fight. You know, if Errol stays on the outside, use this jab and his distance the way he fought Mikey, it'll be easy unanimous decision for Errol. But Errol gotta be careful. Like it just all depends on if Sean can.
Let me ask you guys this: what if Sean Showtime Porter can ice Earl Spence? Oh my God, yo!
That's gonna make the welterweight division very interesting.
The state of Texas will blow up.
Oh man!
Some niggas have to shut their channels
The
down,
leak
bro.
is gonna be like Tom Porter back with another banger.
It's gonna be a hurricane the next night, nigga. The next day.
But who's picking Sean? Who's picking
Man, if
Sean
he get
Porter to
knocked
win
out, you know
though?
how many people be on suicide watch?
Yeah, bro.
That'll be bad.
Yeah, a lot.
I mean, some of these YouTube channels that invest so much time in Earl Spence.
They on suicide watch too.
What could possibly happen to these channels?
No, but that's the same thing they said about the Floyd Mayweather.
Change their name of the channel.
No, it ain't changed nothing. It just kept moving. That's the same
They
shit.
just move on to the next one.
Full-time trolling from there.
That's the same shit the other dudes were saying. When Manny Pacquiao and Floyd over, then what these people gonna have to say about Floyd? I still still pushing. That just was the big deal at the time. So when something is the big deal, you supposed to address the big deal. You got to.
Yeah, I don't see Spence getting stopped though. Like somebody said, they feel like the fight is going 12. Chin says he feel like the fight is going 12, but Spence will drop
12 to me.
He said Spence will drop Porter. I can possibly see Porter getting dropped, but not stopped. I think Porter.
I don't even see.
You gotta understand this too, fam. Like I know I'm Team Spence. I think he's gonna go in here.
Nah, you ain't. Are you Team Spence for real?
I think he's gonna go.
Hey, Mr. IOTVA, I didn't even know, man. When did you become an Earl Spence fan?
Oh, wow.
You must don't know Mr. 214.
Oh wow.
I'm just fucking with you, bro.
Hey, let me get Red Glove's opinion. What's up, bro?
Oh, what's up?
Not much. So hold on. Is the fight official between Spence and Porter yet?
I don't know, man. We over here talking about it. We over here talking about it. It ain't even official yet. We're just talking about it and shit.
All right. Well, I was trying to get the context. I mean, I hope it happens. I mean, definitely if Porter were to pull a upset and knock out Spence, that would definitely make things interesting. I mean, I think we all feel that Spence would beat Porter, but the fight got to happen. You know, that's the problem that we're having with, especially with that side of the street, is just will it happen? Yeah. As far as like Keith Thurman, I mean, I think to a certain extent he does deserve some of the hate, but it's like you said.
You from Florida, right? You from Florida, right?
Yeah. He's from Clearwater, which is literally like a 20-minute drive from where I'm at. And like I said,
Clearwater. How's that Florida weather out there?
It's hot. It's hotter than a motherfucker, man.
The humidity.
Red Glove, you say he deserves some credit. I mean, some blame.
No, well, just because I'm saying some of the blame. I'm not saying he deserves all the blame.
For what?
Just because of how he's acted when it came to Spence, when they asked him about Crawford.
And that's another. Hey, Red Glove, I don't mean to cut you off, but that's a great point. I'm glad you said something about this. This came out of Keith Thurman's mouth yesterday. He said when he was interviewed, I'm not guaranteeing an Earl Spence fight after the Pacquiao fight. And I'm quoting him dead
No, he
center.
said 2020.
Hold on. And after he said that shit, the nigga was already talking about going on vacation and the fucking rematch clause with fucking Pacquiao. I'm like, this nigga already got the escape plan.
Wow. He on his Wilder shit, huh? Okay.
It's crazy how we can look at that side, but we ain't looking at the other side on how people talking about, and we got to keep it a buck. How people talking about Earl not wanting to fight Crawford. Come on, how y'all gonna talk about Keith Thurman and Earl?
I mean, Mr. Out.
No, hold up, Corbin. You keep on interrupting me, fam. You keep interrupting me.
Go ahead. Oh, my bad. But I was just gonna ask though, can we get
No, let me finish my thought, fam. Like we want to talk. No, we want to talk about, like, for real, bro. I'm Team Earl, but come on, y'all can't just be that objective towards Keith Thurman if you ain't gonna be objective towards Earl back. Come on, man.
That's what I was.
Y'all in the chat, keep the same energy, man.
He gonna catch that smoke if he don't fight Porter next.
And that's actually what I was getting at.
You keep on talking about, Keith Thurman said this. Well, come on, let's talk about how Crawford saying this and that about how he want Earl. Man,
Yeah,
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 and
true.
that's what
we
I
gotta
was,
keep it a stack. If Keith don't
and
want to
that's
give him the smoke, it's still another belt that he can go grab.
I
it's
mean,
just
yeah,
and
we
that's
can't.
Can y'all hear me?
go
and
ahead,
that's
y'all.
actually what I was getting at is that
He's going after that
you
WBC.
know he's getting all this hate, which I think he does deserve some of it, but it's like some people are taking all the hate that some of these other guys should be getting, and they're putting it on Keith as well. When these other guys ain't innocent either, and that's why I say he deserves some of it. I think he's contributed to part of the climate of what we got in the welterweight division, but it's not all on him. It's on these other guys. And at the end of the day, Keith Thurman is the one who fought Sean Porter and Danny Garcia already.
And Red Glove,
So,
but Red Glove, let me ask you this: Red Glove, so how can we blame it on Keith Thurman when Floyd Mayweather the one who started that shit? These fighters came up looking at him, fam. So
hey,
they
you're
only doing what they was adopted to see. So how can we blame that on Keith Thurman?
no, you're right about that. But it's up to Keith Thurman to either be his own man or be a follower. So what
Nah,
I'm
it ain't
saying
about.
is this.
But look though, like did him and Earl Spence fight make sense when Earl was 15-0? Let's be honest. Did I want that fight to happen because I'm an Earl Spence fan? Absolutely. But did that fight make sense with Keith Thurman, who was already in a position in? Earl just this new guy coming up like Jared Ennis is, and how Jared Ennis calling out Earl right now. Come on, it didn't make sense at the time. Let's be honest.
I agree with you there, but once Spence got that IBF strap, that's when it should have been strap season instead of excuse season.
Okay, you say when he got the IBF strap, Red Glove, but look at this though. Keith Thurman was injured, fam. He
All
was
right, well
injured
during an in,
when Spence finally
Nah,
got his
nah,
title.
nah, nah. I tell you, yeah, we ain't giving you no pass on that shit. He wasn't injured when he told him to get that strap, man. Stop that shit.
No. What I'm saying was, bro, after he fought Sean Porter and Danny Garcia, bro, he was injured, bro. Earl, you hold up. You think Earl had deserved a fight before Sean Porter and Danny Garcia?
No, when he told him to go get that strap,
I know
he
he
went
went
and
and
got
got
that
the
strap.
strap, but after he fought them, bro, that's when he went and had surgery. Niggas is giving Keith Thurman a hard time because after he fought Sean Porter and Danny Garcia, he went and had surgery and he was out for 22 months. Not his fault.
all right, well I
Hey,
mean
can I
Prior to
jump
that
in?
shit,
where
to
you
that
put it
shit, he
like
was
that with
fucking,
the
he was ducking.
timeline.
Hold on,
Prior to that, he was ducking.
Rascalot.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, go ahead, bro.
Shit, I thought I
Yeah.
was asleep.
Hey,
Keith,
you real quick,
Keith,
Red. Okay, go ahead, go ahead.
I find it funny that I find it funny Thurman kind of got injured as soon as the Earl Spence name started popping up
Mm.
because everybody is praising Keith Thurman right now.
You breaking up, Rascalot. Damn, he always be in bad areas when he come on.
Is that me
Okay,
or is it's just him?
but look,
With that
Rash
super
Clyde,
back
it ain't
out.
about that.
And, yeah, hold on. Let me finish. He's a little bit younger, and Keith Thurman had no intentions of fighting Manny. But now that Manny Pacquiao 40 and slowed down, all of a sudden he want to fight him. And we as boxing fans supposed to praise him because he about to fight Manny
Hold on, hold
Pacquiao.
on. You said Keith had no intention on fight Manny?
But let's not forget, Keith Thurman been around for a long time, and Manny Pacquiao was right there. And all of a sudden, this, Heyman that, and man, well, Manny Pacquiao gotta move promotional companies, and or the fight ain't gonna never happen. Now, come on, man, you just didn't want to fight that dude back then.
Wait a minute. I
Hold
don't
on,
agree
hold
with
on,
that.
hold on. Cause yo,
I ain't
Rascal, hold
pressing
on, Rascal, yo, we couldn't hear the first half of what you said. We hear you landing your plane, but we ain't hear the motherfucker take off.
nobody. Y'all got me laughing here. Can y'all hear me now?
Yeah,
Okay, yeah, but hold on.
say
Let
what
me
you
get
said
this
from the beginning,
clear.
though.
Let me get this clear. You saying that Keith didn't want to fight Manny Pacquiao until recently?
Yeah, but we didn't hear the first part of it.
Okay, listen. Manny Pacquiao Keith Thurman and Manny Pacquiao was around together. This dude had the freaking what was it? The silver belt. He had the super belt, whatever title that he had, and Manny Pacquiao was there. And it was I seen those interviews where he talk about Manny Pacquiao, copy how Manny Pacquiao fight and all this old stuff. And then when you bring up the fight, well, he got to move promotional companies. He got to talk to Heyman, and we got to do this. Nah, you could have made that. They can make that fight happen. You're not Floyd. They could have made that fight happen. Nobody wanted to fight Manny Pacquiao when he's a little bit younger. But when it come to Earl Spence, with the same promotional company, remember he said go to Heyman and we can fight. But you and Spence are with the same promotional company. You ain't trying to see that man. I ain't giving no El DeBar no credit. Fuck him.
Man, you sound crazy as hell.
Oh, ponytail greased ass. Hell no. I ain't feeling him.
You sound crazy as hell, fam.
Hell no.
Wow. So okay, so let me ask you last thought, because we said we always emphasize keep the same energy. So what about Spence not wanting to fight Bud? Do you give him the same type of smoke?
Yeah. Well, man, I'm a Terrence Crawford a fan. Spence straight scared. He don't want that work.
Wow, he's straight scared.
He never gonna get outboxed before.
Sorry, bro, have you ever been in the ring before?
For 5 years and still do it.
So hold up. So if you've been in the ring before, how you gonna do it? Hold up, goddamn. Hold up, calm down. If you've been in the ring before, how you gonna disrespect a nigga and say they scared, fam?
It's called boxing talk.
No, it ain't called. No, ain't no nigga. No, you say Earl Spence scared, nigga. He ain't scared of shit, nigga. Use the right words, nigga. Terrence Crawford ain't scared of shit. Keith Thurman ain't scared of shit. Nigga, I'm from Dallas, Texas, nigga. You ain't gonna say Earl Spence scared. That nigga ain't scared of shit.
And when they fight his scary ass, we gonna bet on the scary ass. When they fight, IOTB gonna bet on his scary ass.
Wow. So you talking about when the Bud versus Spence fight happened?
Yeah, whenever it happens, we gonna bet that. Because look at it like this. Everybody, I've never heard
nigga who say nigga scared.
I've never heard of a boxing fan believe a puncher, somebody who goes in there to try to take you out. I've never heard of a boxing fan make videos and say he just wanted to show his boxing skills. That's why he didn't take out the lightweight. Wow. Get the fuck out of here with that shit.
Say, but hold up, bro. See, and look, hold up. So you said Earl's just supposed to knock him out?
Well, hey.
No, I ain't talking to you, Black. I'm talking to that nigga.
Okay, go ahead.
Is he man down?
It's just a yes or no question, bro, because I got something to follow up with it. So Earl was just supposed to knock him out,
huh? Yes, because he claims to be man down.
Hey, respectfully, how old are you, fam?
Ether.
Huh?
Ether.
Is you in your 20s?
He says he's man down. He 20s? Says he's man. I'm actually an OG if you want to keep it real.
Okay, so you should understand and respect boxing that it been a lot of great fighters who done came up. Oh, damn. It been a lot of great fighters. There's been a lot of great fighters who done came up, who been small guys. Oh, God damn, man.
Let him rip, Rashford, then you.
Jesus Christ, no, nigga, can I talk?
Hold on, let him rip. Go
ahead.
It been a lot of great fighters who come up. As a matter of fact, we talking about a great fighter now in Manny Pacquiao. This was the same nigga who used to put rocks in his pockets to make 108 pounds. Coming up. So, look, come up, beat people, and they couldn't knock him out. So this not unprecedented, fam, where a fighter in Mikey Garcia caliber come up and a bigger man can't knock him out because we done seen it before. Now, can we give credit to Mikey for showing that he has a chin and he has metal, unlike a Guillermo Rigondeaux or a Nicholas Walters, niggas who was getting beat up and they quit on the stool? Yeah. Oh, hold up. Can we get credit to Earl? Hold up. Can we get credit to Earl Spence for showing that even though he couldn't get the knockout, he could display everything else? That's all I'm saying, fam.
Okay, and IOTB, I agree with you 100%. The problem is he calls himself man down, fighting a guy who clearly ducked a guy in his own division. So I know
who Mikey Garcia ducked.
Lomachenko.
Bro, see, that's how I know. Say, stop that shit, bro.
Hold on. Wait, finish your point. Go ahead, Raz. Finish your point.
He calls himself man down. Man down this, man down that. Man down this, man down that. As soon as he get in there with a lightweight, a chubby lightweight that he can't knock out, the first thing he says, "I want to show my boxing skills."
Wow.
You niggas make up y'all own narrative, fam.
Man,
All right. Well, let's hear it. Let's hear it out, TBA. I mean, because
no, it's just niggas. It's just niggas. He making up his own goddamn narrative. It's like goddamn.
Yeah,
Look.
I'm my own boxing.
Damn, you say let's hear it all TBA. This nigga steady talking.
No, go ahead, IMTV.
Look, this the thing right
ahead,
here,
bro. Go ahead,
bro. Fam, when I said this earlier, Raz Clap. When you move up levels, fam, you're not gonna be able to knock everybody out. Like Earl couldn't knock him out, but let's give him credit because Mikey Garcia didn't have a fucking chance. It ain't nut. Only thing Earl didn't do in that fight was knock Mikey Garcia out. But you niggas want to criticize him and say because he didn't knock this lightweight out. But everything else, he did great. But you niggas just want to go on the fact that he didn't knock Mikey Garcia out. And that's bullshit to me.
No, he boxed good though. He did put on a boxing.
Hold up, Black Horse, but he didn't box good. He boxed great.
Okay, my bad. He boxed great.
I agree with you. Listen, I agree with you. But he shouldn't be saying man down, and then you can't take out a lightweight.
Why shouldn't he been saying man down when he was 25, when he was 24-0 with 21 knockouts? Damn, only 3 people made it to decision with him. He can't be man down because he didn't knock Mikey Garcia out. Come on, fam.
They call him the boogeyman. The fans call him the boogeyman. That he's LDBC's leader. I mean hero. He's one of the LDBC heroes.
Okay. All right. Well, let me trump you on this. One Guillermo Rigondeaux the boogeyman too. Was he knocking everybody out, fam?
No, you must say never follow my channel. Rigondeaux's a bum to me. Keep going.
No, I really
hold on.
You was doing good to that moment.
You was doing good until Rigo's a bum.
Whoa, we gotta hear that one.
You out of there.
Oh shit. Time out. I was like, man, I was feeling the debate to that moment. He said he's a bum. Okay.
Hold on. The best guy he fought in his division is Nonito Donaire.
Yeah, but you got to realize nobody wanted to fight Rigo.
Yeah, and Nonito Donaire
pound
for pound smart dog. You out of there.
How he had to move up? He a small dude just because he couldn't get fights.
Well, he moved up to fight Lomachenko.
A lot of people. Okay, so if he's a bum, is Ortiz a bum because nobody really wanted to fight him at heavyweight?
It's boxing talk.
I'm asking.
Boxing talk.
Yeah.
What the fuck you mean it's boxing talk, nigga? That's stupid talk. Talk about Rigo a bum.
Well, not.
I just want to know: is Ortiz considered a bum, being that niggas didn't want to fight him? Same thing with Rigo. Niggas didn't want to fight him. Is he a bum?
Luis Ortiz is not a bum, but he got the weakest resume right now.
Nobody wanted to fight him, and just like you just said, resume. Nobody wanted to fight Rigo.
Yeah.
Well, here's my take.
A lot of niggas ducking. Go ahead, Red.
Well, here's my take on what he said about his boxing talk, because I think I understand where Rasclot is coming from. I don't necessarily agree with everything he just said, but when you hear so many people say bum, like, what is the actual definition of a bum? That's like dudes who are like out on the street corner asking for spare change. To me, that's what a bum is. But I don't get at people who call boxers bums, because that's just the word that he's using to express.
I just felt like that was disrespectful to Rigo after what Rigo has done, man. At one point, you don't be considered a boogeyman and then a bum in the same sense. Like
but I also find it funny how he said he thinks Ortiz is good and Rigo's a bum when they're both in the different weight classes, same situation. They can't get fights.
And look, Charles D. Rigo done been a fucking champion before. What the fuck is that nigga talking about, man?
You got a point on that one. Ortiz doesn't hold the strap.
I mean, but like I say,
but I'm just saying, in that situation, it's the same thing. They both people can't get fights.
Is Ortiz resume good?
Hold on. Can I jump in here?
That's what I'm saying. The same thing. The same thing you said with, but it's the same thing with Rigo. How they gonna get those fights if they can't get nobody to fight him?
I don't care about Rigo. Ortiz Wilder wanted to fight Ortiz 2 more times. As good as that.
I can hear you.
I mean, look. Let me say this though. I'm agree. I'm a agree. All right, go ahead, Rascott.
I
No,
can't
my
really hear him.
fault,
He's breaking up.
go ahead, talk. Go ahead, talk.
All right, go
No,
ahead, Tobias.
I'm gonna say this. Look, I'm not trying to I think Rigondeaux is a good fighter. He was a champion before. Yeah, he has some good scalps on. Well, I wouldn't say scalps, but he has like Nonito Daenerys probably is his best win, but he's very skillful. But we all know how Cubans fight. Like we know that. Like, but Rigondeaux is the exception to me. Now, when you go to Ortiz, he's not in the same caliber as Rigondeaux to me because Ortiz, he's never been a champion. Um, and he's struggled with D class boxers, in my opinion. Like we've seen him struggle with them. Or Rigondeaux don't struggle with no D class boxer. He gonna get you out of there. If you a D
Rigondeaux
class boxer,
struggled with Amagasa, man. I don't know if you
Oh
watched
shit!
any.
oh,
Ahmed
he
done
did.
snuck
He
up
did
in here.
the tall Japanese dude, right? Yeah,
Yeah, he wasn't that good.
yeah,
But
yeah. He
what was
wasn't
I
that
gonna
good,
say?
but he still stretched him though. So
What was I
No,
gonna?
that's
No,
what
did he
that
but
nigga
stop him?
lost me when
you
he gonna
said he
talk
didn't
about
struggle. He
the
did
good
struggle
fighter.
though. That's what
Yeah,
the
Rigo
point
he
was
was.
had you against the
Yeah,
rope.
but
He had you against the rope for a minute. LTBA to that moment, I was like, oh shit, damn.
he
That's
didn't have
that's.
me on
but
no rope.
I think Rigondeaux's a higher caliber fighter than Ortiz. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, I don't think Rigondeaux did anything, man, since that Donaire fight. Look, people are gonna say he was ducked, but other fighters have been ducked, and I see a lot of people. I'm not saying anyone specifically. I see a lot of people online like, they don't really keep it
Yeah,
consistent.
but not ducked like Rigo though. He couldn't get no work.
Yeah, he couldn't
But
get
Yeah,
Well,
no
Hamed.
work.
Yeah, I mean,
Hamed,
he
what
did
you
he
call out
supposed to do,
Leo. He
Hamed?
wanted Leo.
he was calling out Lomachenko, and then what does he do? He goes and quits in the fight, man.
I
I
know,
know,
but that's
obviously, there was
Yeah,
signs of
that's a bad.
but that's
Yeah,
later
but he
though,
had to go.
Hamed.
But he had to
Hamed.
go up 2 weight classes to
Yeah,
do
no,
that
no,
to
no.
get
but
that
Understand,
fight.
but
Hamed,
he
you
was
want to talk
asking
Hey,
for
about
the
let's
but
fight.
talk
but
about before that.
but to kind of defend Rascal, like usually when a guy go up 2 weight classes, he gets stopped. I'm just saying. So that's what he was trying to make his point with the man down shit. Kell
He
Brook got
can't make
stopped.
no point with that man down
I'm just
because
saying. I'm just
That's
saying.
kind of
Like
true.
Kell
That's kind of
Brook,
true.
Kell Brook got stopped when he went up 2 weight classes, right?
There you
Rigo
go.
got stopped when he went up 2 weight classes,
Calm.
right? But
Yep.
but to our TBA's defense, yes, we have seen some rare
Amir
cases
Khan.
like Manny, yeah, Khan. But
Well, we
in
knew
our
Khan
TBA's,
got a glass chin. So we saw that coming. And Triple G is a fucking puncher. We knew he was gonna crush this motherfucker.
bro,
That was the outcome.
No, but
that's what I'm just
Spence,
saying.
people
Like
are saying Spence was a big puncher as
typically,
well.
typically guys get stopped when they go up
Yep.
2 weight classes because they have no
Yeah.
business being there. So,
Yep.
but I hear what you saying, our TBA. I think it's a rare cases like you said, Manny
why
Pacquiao.
y'all talking about 2 weight classes when he was at 140? What
Hold
is
up,
wrong with
hold up,
y'all?
You,
hold up, hold up. You made it. You emphasized it many times
No, that's
that it's
because
two
no,
weight
I know,
classes.
but that's because niggas be saying he come from
Someone
120.
got background, man. You gotta mute.
Hey, let me see. Hey, y'all, I don't have volume control no more. I don't know
I'm
why
on
Hangouts
mute.
took it out, but somebody got maybe Red. You might have to mute, bro.
Yeah,
No,
I
that
think he
wasn't
just
me.
Oh, it's not
someone
you.
else.
Somebody has like a little bit of feedback, man. Where's Clyde?
Nah, it's not him. It's not him. I think they muted. They muted. But
Okay, maybe it was me. My bad. I'll mute myself.
but I was gonna say, man. Look, so what if he
No,
fought
it
one
ain't. It
fight
ain't
up?
Red. It ain't Red. It's somebody else too. It got a
All
little
right.
bit of a.
is it me?
I don't know. Mute
I'm
real quick. Mute
I'm
real quick.
I'm on
I
mute.
think I think it's Charles on mute as well. So
Where's Clyde? Just mute real quick so we see. Maybe it was unbiased.
nah, it's not.
No, no, it ain't. It's probably Raz Clyde. Probably Raz Clyde.
It's
Raz
Can
very
y'all hear
Clyde.
me?
rascal.
Raz Clyde. Mute real quick.
Yeah. Oh, hold on.
All right, rascal. Then I think.
Raz
Did
Clyde.
he mute?
No, you got to
Yeah, shall I mute him one sec?
hit the little mic button so it can mute.
I muted you. Mute him. Unmute him when you wanna.
No, it ain't him either. I don't know. Maybe it's out TBA. I don't know.
I'm I'm finna mute. Tell me if it's
No,
me.
no, no. Somebody just whoever just hey unmute IOTBA unmute.
Ross Clot just unmuted. I mean, just muted himself.
Okay. Okay, so it's either out of Hamed or Raz Clyde, I think. Who just unmuted right now?
I had
That's
muted myself and unmuted real quick.
Okay, mute yourself real quick, Red. Okay, I think it's Red. He got a
yeah,
little bit of.
yeah. That was I think it's red. I thought it was red. I was gonna say,
No,
Mikey.
it's you, Hamed. It's you.
What'd say?
Yeah, it's Hamed. That little feedback come from Hamed. But go ahead and talk, man. And then when you stop talking, just go ahead and mute. It's you though. It's like
It's
a
the
little bit.
window there. It's probably the window. I'll check the window one sec.
No, it's not no outside stuff. It just sounds like a little like you next to a speaker or something. Like a little distortion a little bit.
What about now?
You good. You good. Go ahead.
Yeah,
All
it's
right,
the
that's it.
window. It's the window. The window is open. Okay. I was gonna say Mikey started featherweight, so all this moving up 2 weight classes. The guy is a small guy. I know he fought 140, but having one fight at 140 doesn't mean the guy was a fully fledged junior welterweight. He was a big lightweight, but he was still a lightweight, and that is basically moving up 2 weight classes because his previous fight before Spence was at lightweight. So you got to go by what he fought his previous fight.
So we could say the same thing about Canelo before he fought Triple G then too, huh?
What Canelo? What
Nah,
Canelo
hell
fought?
no, man.
Well,
Canelo got his own damn
he didn't
weights.
go from 147 to
What?
160.
I'm just saying though, you niggas saying this and that. I'm saying, can we say the same thing about and you talking about his own weight class? He was just fighting 1 pound over the limit.
Canelo was a junior middleweight though,
Man,
and
listen,
that's
Canelo
only
got his
one
own
weight
weight
class.
class.
155 ass nigga. Hey, but no, but we talking about a guy who never fought in a weight class going up. You know what I mean? The same thing Kell Brook did, the same thing Mikey did, same thing that Rickendale did. Like when you go up there and fight in that weight class for your first time, that's different. But Canelo had fought, I think, a few times before he fought Triple G at middleweight. It wasn't like he just fought Triple G in his first fight and went up 2 weight
Yeah, he
classes.
fought Chavez Jr.
That was
That
over.
was
that was
164.
yeah,
164.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, that was over. So
So that actually
Yeah,
was
164. Canelo weight.
164. Wow. Yeah, man. Chavez, he disgraces pops, man. You know.
Yeah, but he did that
Hey,
shit because he ain't want fucking Chavez coming in super heavy.
Shizbid says fighters going up when they ain't the best in their own division don't make no sense in my opinion. I agree with that comment because, like, I don't like the fact that guys go up in weight without even proving that they the best in their own weight class. You know, that's why I consider Mikey ducking. You know, facing Arrow was a duck. You know, for me because
low key, yeah, low
Listen,
key.
I know, but Black, how can we call it
Mikey
a
was
duck
surrounded
when
by smoke
PBC
though.
can't even make fights with their own? How you think they gonna make fights with other people, fam?
That's kind of true. That's kind of true.
Listen,
That's
you right
Mikey,
So
about
how
that.
we gonna call it a duck on Mikey Garcia when PBC? It's PBC. It's them niggas.
That's
they
Look,
could
fact.
one
take the
thing, look,
blame, but
and
listen,
niggas don't get Top Rank credit for this. But y'all better understand, when Top Rank had all them fighters up on, they was making them niggas fight each other. Nigga,
That's
Tim Drake,
facts.
they was making them niggas fight each other, fam. Come on, man, let's not blame that shit on that. It's PBC.
Mikey had nowhere to go
PBC.
really anyway. He would have stayed at 140, ain't nothing but smoke there. 147, nothing but smoke there.
Smoke all over.
Them walls was closing in on that nigga. That nigga needed Smokey the Bear. Nigga, he only you could prevent forest fires. Nigga, that nigga was stuck.
yo, but in retrospect, man, Lomachenko never offered Mikey Garcia a fight, as in he never gave him a contract or anything like that.
Oh, wow.
So I can't really say it's a duck in that sense. Now, if contracts were sent and Mikey just turned it down, then that's a duck.
Yeah. I just feel like
He just
But now
vacated
you
his
gotta
strap.
understand, fam. Mikey Garcia was out for 2 years though, too, because him and Bob Arum was going through some shit. And then when he finally got up out that situation with Bob Arum, then he went over there to PBC working with them, and we know how they do business. They won't even fight each other within their
Let
own
me see.
company.
Can I see? Any of you guys think Kell Brook ducked Jesse Vargas?
Kilbert
Hell
what?
no.
Yeah, he gonna beat the shit out of Jesse Vargas.
No,
No,
did
I
he
said,
duck him?
did you say
Well,
duck him or is he gonna fight him?
Did he
Yeah,
duck?
did he duck him? 2016.
Nah, that ain't no duck.
he was supposed to fight him, but he turned it down for Triple G. So
But that's what I'm
Nah,
trying
I
to
wouldn't
say.
consider that a duck. He went up.
He looked at it like I don't know if it's him or his team. They looked at it as a high, low reward, high risk. No, I mean
Yeah, a low
high
what?
reward, low
high
reward.
high risk, high reward.
High,
You beat Triple G.
High,
and you
I
know,
You'd be
mean, high
like,
risk, low
yeah.
reward.
My thing is this: why are these guys avoiding fights in their own like they're not even fighting the top competition in their own weight class, but then they want to move up 1, 2 uh, weight classes and fight like the top dudes. Like that just don't make no sense to me. Like it would make more sense if you fought the top dudes in your weight class first. And then maybe you could start, I don't even think these dudes should be considering doing that until they do what they need to do where they're at.
Hey,
Like, look
Red
at
Glove,
Mikey. Yeah.
you
I
right.
think
You
I
right.
think Carol Brooke would get stretched, man, by any of them 154-pound guys.
Oh, definitely, definitely.
You right, Red Glove, like Abner Morris, like Red Glove. You hit, boy, say, get Red Glove a big old hand clap for that. He made a motherfucking point. Look, like you say, look. Abner Morris couldn't even fucking beat Leo Santa Cruz, but this nigga finna move up a whole weight division and fight Tank Davis.
Yeah,
Yeah, see,
like
that
that
don't
don't
make
make no
sense.
sense.
And then all of a sudden, this nigga got detached retina and shit. But yeah,
Yeah,
go ahead.
come on, man.
Oh, is that what's going on with Abner?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
had a
he got
detached retina.
detached
That's
retina.
why.
Damn.
That's
He
why he
might
backed
want to
out the fight
consider
with
retiring.
Yeah, that's what they
Why he
talking
backed out of
about.
the fight with Tank.
Yeah.
That's
He
what
had
I'm
to get
trying to say,
surgery.
but Red, that was a good ass point you made, fam.
Yep.
Thanks, LTBA. I try to contribute.
Nah,
Boy,
for
what
real
somebody
though,
got you
bro.
under a
Like
pillow or some
that don't
shit?
make no sense. Like, but look, niggas like Gary Russell Jr. who getting railroaded by the black man. Look, I know everybody on here ain't black, but look, I'm a black man who ain't never had nobody in power like where they running shit. That shit felt good when Al Heyman
Obama.
came on the scene as a black man
Nah, I talk
running
about
shit,
Heyman,
fam.
the nigga who don't exist.
No. That nigga do exist. I seen that
You
nigga.
seen him?
Hell yes. Look, I seen that nigga when Spence fight Mikey Garcia. I was in the back. Him and Jerry Jones over there. That motherfucker about like 6'4", 6'5". He tall
Damn.
as fuck.
Get an interview. I'm
Get
just,
it.
I'm
I
just
wanted to
joking.
snap a
Fuck a
picture. I
get a
wanted to snap a
fingerprint, nigga.
picture,
I
but
want to
they
know if
probably would
that's
have
him.
confiscated. I wanted to
That's a
snap a
million
picture.
Hey,
dollar
can y'all hear me?
I wanted to
Yeah.
snap a
Hey, get
picture,
him,
but they
get him
probably
to
would have
fight.
confiscated my phone.
Hey, can I say something?
Yeah.
Yeah, go, go.
IOTB.
Who
Oh
that?
shit.
Let me clarify what I was
Good day.
trying to say.
Oh shit, that
Let
nigga
me
got
clarify.
reception now.
Who is that?
Let me. let me. Now I'm gonna. Y'all making me laugh. Come on. Let me say something to IOTB. Let me clarify what I meant about Marky Garcia and Spence. The reason why I'm coming at that performance like that is because I've seen dudes from the LDBC
He left the
compare.
call, man.
Oh
God
shit! He
damn!
jumped out the ring.
He ducked.
I jumped out the room,
God damn.
man. Cracking me up, man.
He'll be
Damn,
back.
you just ran the nigga off, man. Why you do that, Rasclot?
He
Damn,
ducked you, man.
bro. Running niggas
Can
off the
y'all
ring like that? Yeah,
As
we hear
soon as
you,
he
bro.
get reception, this nigga IOTBA fucking hit a dead spot and shit.
was gonna say was y'all is the reason why I was coming at Spence like that is because I've seen a few videos where dudes in the LDBC compare Mikey Garcia to Hagler and Duran, and even
What
to the
What?
where
the
listen,
fuck?
Wait a minute.
and even to the point where they said if Spence was fighting back then, he would be a middleweight and he would beat Hagler. This is why I'm coming at these clowns like that, these boxing ass clowns.
Hey,
I
they
don't.
doing the same thing about Wilder too. They saying Wilder could beat George Foreman. Wilder beating
Mike,
Tyson.
Yeah, they say crazy. Let's just be real. A lot of these
I'm not
people that
doing
we
it.
see on YouTube are really just casuals. And there's nothing wrong with being casuals, but they want to act like they're hardcore. They want to act like they know so much, but yet they only know like 3 fighters, and all those fighters fight right now. They don't know nothing about the past, So let's just be real. A lot of these are just casuals. I don't even consider myself a
Yo,
hardcore.
Black IOTBA's in the chat. He said send him a link.
He's
Send the
already on
link.
the. He just has to join, I think.
Oh, send the link back. Oh, okay.
But
That nigga had the duck link. Okay, let me send it.
but I mean, that's what it is. When we see a lot of these people saying all this retarded shit, you want to give Wilder credit for the pay-per-views he didn't sell. That these are the type of people that we're dealing with a lot of
We need to
times.
stay. Hey, hold on, real quick, Red. I'm glad you brought that up. We got to stay right there on the numbers. I want to talk about Wilder's numbers. Was it good? Like anybody got the most accurate numbers?
Hey, Black, I'm back.
Average, man.
Black,
Yes, sir.
what was that? What was that nigga saying?
Well, hold up, man. We thought you was we literally we thought you was on your duck and shit. But go ahead, bro.
ILTV. Can you hear
Yeah,
me?
yeah.
This what I was trying to say so you can understand where I was coming from. Because I agree with you 100% what you said about Spence. The reason why I come at him like that is because a couple of videos from the LDBC was comparing Mikey Garcia and Spence to Hagler and Duran. So that's the reason why I come at them like that. But I agree with you 100%. Spence fought great against Mikey Garcia.
He did. He did. I'm not gonna even.
Yeah, but you shouldn't let what you say. I don't know how true it is, but I'm just going off what you're saying right now. You shouldn't let what other people say define how you feel about a person, and you have to come at a person like that all malicious because of what you say. I just go by what you telling me. You heard some other people say. What you say, other
Yeah,
people say. I don't give a fuck about what other
yeah,
people say.
but this the MOB too. Everybody can get it. This the MOB. I
Yo,
come at everybody. So
can I
that's
say something?
it.
Yeah, I
I
know,
just
but
put
you talking
something.
about. But look, bro, I understand that ain't nobody safe. Ain't nobody safe. But my thing is, it have to be merit behind that. You can't just come off conclusions just because he say she say shit. You can't
Yeah,
do
I
that.
agree.
Yo, ITB in the group on Facebook, the Facebook group, someone put a post. Does Wilder hit harder than George Foreman? So
Oh
there are
my
there
God.
are people.
How man, you in my group?
Yeah. I joined yesterday.
Oh shit, damn! I'm like, how the fuck you know that post was up there? Say, I appreciate that, boy.
He's on your Facebook page, man.
Say, but yeah, bro. But like, but the thing is, like, you can't do that. What's your name again? Red
I was on
Clay.
the radio. I was on the radio station when they was talking about your man was talking about Tyson don't hit harder or Tyson would lose the Wilder or some stupid shit. I tried to call
Oh,
in so bad. I was like, I hope this nigga
Wait,
got
was
three
that
way, man.
Jalik who called in?
Nah, I don't know who it was, but I wanted to argue with that nigga so bad. I was like, I hope this nigga Correa got three way because I'm gonna torch this nigga if I get through here.
I mean, it's
Say, Charles D, I
absurd to
appreciate you too, boy.
it's
No doubt,
absurd
I
to
got you,
compare.
man.
It's absurd to compare his power to George Foreman when George Foreman stretched guys like Joe Frazier out in a couple of rounds. So it's just people is I don't even think it's casual. It's just
No, but
fanboys.
it ain't. But look though, look. All credit aside, I ride with Deontay Wilder. Like, this is my argument with Deontay. He ain't the A side. That's the only thing. He not the A side. But Deontay Wilder got power out this fucking world, bro.
But how
You
can you
can put his
compare it to George
power up,
Foreman?
bro. You can put his power up with anybody power, fam.
Who? No, I'm saying who has he knocked out to say that he's on the par? George Foreman.
Well, you know, a
Because
lot of
niggas is
niggas
from
already.
Joe
look at the
Frazier.
errors. The
I
only thing
know,
I
fam.
argue is the errors.
But look, to your
Yeah.
credit, Hamed, and look, I can't disagree with you with that. But what I'm saying is the heavyweight division ain't like it used to be. It ain't Deontay Wilder fault. It ain't a lot of competition. It's competition there
No,
now.
but the guys he fought that he couldn't knock out, like in
But
that
he done
first
knocked
fight.
everybody out except Tyson Fury, though.
He did before he did knock out Tyson Fury, and in that first fight with
And
Stavern,
Stavern, yeah.
so if he really hits that hard, he wouldn't. If he really hits that hard, people wouldn't be getting up. I've seen guys like getting up a couple of times. Ortiz got up about 2 or 3 times. That went about 10 rounds. Duhappas took him 11.
Yeah, but you
So
had to
his
see the look
power,
on Ortiz's face. That nigga was like, whew.
yeah,
Maybe
no,
it just
it's a
depends on
knockout.
the guy, the opponent that he got in front of him. You know.
No, but I'm saying to compare it to George Foreman, you're obviously jumping the gun. Like you
And
gotta
which
wait.
Foreman we
I
talking about? We
mean,
talking about fat, out of shape Foreman, or
Foreman
Foreman
fought.
when he was diesel as shit?
When he was knocking
Foreman
out
in
Foreman
his
fought.
prime.
Frazier
but Hamed,
and Norton.
He fought better
but
competition.
Hamed,
Foreman did.
but
George
Hamed, but
Foreman,
what
Grill
Wilder doing?
Foreman, or Killer Foreman?
But Hamed,
Nigga killer.
but what Wilder doing right now, you got to be able to compare him to somebody, though, right?
I mean, Dominic Brazil, the competition he's fighting. I mean, there's
No, I
not many
agree.
guys.
No, I
mean,
agree.
I think
But
George
look,
Foreman
he
would
got.
put a lot of these guys in hospital. So
But look, Hamed.
I don't think it's fake.
But look, even though I wasn't as impressed, but no, what impressed me was that Wilder got him the fuck up out of there in the first round.
Yeah, but it was only Dominic Brazil. I'm saying if it was a AJ, if it's a Fury, if it's Ortiz in one round, I get
Yeah,
the
but it took
argument.
AJ like 7 or 8 rounds, right, to get Brazil out of there. He was right.
But that's a triangle theory. AJ also took Molina out in 3 rounds. And another thing people forget, AJ fought Brazil in 2016 in his 17th fight.
Okay,
So,
I
like,
mean nothing. He was a professional.
no, but it's 3 years ago, and that was his first title.
I know, but he was still a professional though, Hamed.
He was a
Hold up,
professional.
Yeah, but he's
and hold
making a
up,
point that the
hold up,
triangle
Hamed.
theories don't really work.
Not only was he a professional, he was the heavyweight champion of the world.
Wilder's first professional world title defense was a 9th round struggle with Eric Molina. That's what I'm trying to say.
I mean, yeah, because we know Wilder ain't never been a fighter who was more technical. One thing about Wilder was he lived and died off of his power. And once he catch you with
Even
that
in
power,
that
it's
fight,
over.
it took about 7 rounds, and he got buzzed, and then he
But
knocked him out.
damn, so that's just like us taking all the credit away from Eric Molina for actually being able to stand in there long
That's not
around.
really take. Eric Molina wasn't really that good. He got stretched out
To
in the
me,
round
man, I
by
give him
Ariola.
credit for winning. You know, it don't matter if it took him 12 rounds. You know what I mean? I give him credit for winning. Only thing is, my only issue is how do you get 2 Emmys for fucking, fighting to a draw and stretching leftover. That's just my thing. So you get credit for the win, but you get
It's
Emmys for
because
that and ducking? Like, come on.
Black is because he said that he wanted a body on his record, and he had everybody believing that, but he didn't kill Dominic Brazil. That's why he got the Emmys. It was because of the acting.
Oh, it's good acting.
Hey, I know what I call him over here. He Hollywood Wilder. Go ahead.
But I'm curious about those numbers, though.
Yeah, we gotta talk about the numbers. Go ahead, Rasclot. We're gonna talk about the numbers out there. Rasclot, spit. Go ahead, bro. Go ahead, Rasclot.
I'm a real quick, and it's a Brazil. Okay, can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, go.
Because everybody's praising this Brazil win. I'm gonna name one of the weakest fighters to ever lace up the gloves. Do y'all think Dominic Brazil could beat Michael Grant?
Who's that?
Nah,
Yo,
Michael Grant.
you don't know who Michael Grant is? Yo, I met that nigga in real life on Times Square. That nigga had no security, nothing. Yo, that's a big boy.
The guy
just
Nah,
asking.
Michael Grant was all right though, fam. He was a
Michael
good
Grant.
fighter.
He was good until he ran into Lennox Lewis.
Michael Grant was a good
No.
fighter though, Red Cloud.
I don't think Brazil could beat Michael Grant. No.
Yeah, because did Michael Grant only lose to Lennox?
What I'm saying is Brazil was garbage. Let's keep it real. Let's keep it a buck.
Brazil, what?
I didn't hear that. What did you...
He's just saying there's no comparison between Brazil and Grant is what his point
He
is.
the one who brought up Grant.
No, I know, but what he's saying is but
hold on, y'all. One at a time. It's kind of.
I think he knocks Brazil out. He knocks Brazil out.
Yo, Wilder's not much better than Michael Grant. If you take that right hand away, I don't think there's much differences.
Yeah, but you can't take the right hand away.
Yeah, no. That's what I'm trying to say. That's the main difference. That's the main difference. Wilder's got the right hand over him, but there's not much difference. Like not technically, like defensively, when he gets hit. I think maybe Wilder's chin might be slightly better, but we'll only find out.
And Wilder has way better movement.
Grant lost
way better movement than Grant.
Grant lost to Carlos Takam, didn't he? Or am I tripping?
No, I think Grant
he lost
just
to Carlos
Lennox Lewis.
No, he lost to Carlos Takam, and who did he fight? He fought Gween or something like that. He lost to that dude. Stopped him. Yeah,
he was in the sport.
I remember when Ted Atlas was in Grant Corner too.
Who?
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
Who was that?
My point is the reason why I brought Michael Grant is because Brazil couldn't even beat none of the weaker guys back then. So I can't praise this man for Wilder. He got to step up.
Hey, Chris Bird would stretch Brazil.
Hey, but why should he step up when he's getting awarded for nothing, bro? You know what I mean?
But the thing I don't understand is when Lucas Ortiz knocked, I don't know what was that guy's name, Mike Dallas Jr. When he put him to sleep, maybe Brazil's slightly better. I didn't see this much uproar. Like I'm just saying, this guy he was fighting wasn't really that good. He was just a mandatory challenger. Dominic Brazil. Wilder's got power, but he's always had power. Like if you've seen his fight with Thurman and Spilka, if he catches you, he could put you to sleep. The only thing was he did it in the first round, but he is a big puncher and he's a heavyweight, so It
Man, he
does
knocked him
sometimes.
the fuck out. He
Yeah,
flatlined
it
him,
was a
bro.
good knockout. It was a good knockout, but it was only Brazil. That's what I'm trying to say.
Man, what you mean only? But look, he knocked him out in the first round.
Was that? I'm saying, was that guy even a top 10 legitimate
But look,
heavyweight?
Mohamed, listen to what I'm saying. If now look, you could criticize Wilder if this shit would have went like
I'm not
7 or 8.
criticizing. Well, I'm
Hold up,
criticizing the
Hamed.
other guy.
Hamed, you could criticize Wilder if this shit went like 7 or 8 rounds, 9 rounds, and he didn't look that well. But he came in here and finished him, bro,
I'm not
early.
criticizing Wilder. I'm criticizing the
Early.
guy who's fighting. He's just not
Yeah,
that good.
but criticizing him, Wilder said he didn't belong in the ring with him in the first round.
Nigga, that ring walk was longer than the fight.
Exactly. So you got
You
to
ain't
give Wilder
lying.
credit for that, bro.
I
He
gave
made
him
that
credit.
dude.
I said it was a good knockout. It was a good, what was it? Good performance. But the guy who was fighting, Brazil, I'm talking about, is just not that good.
Man, we can say the same thing about Anthony Joshua opponents too, fam.
But Hamed's just getting to like these crazy people who want to say that, you know, like with the last era, which I think people just need to stop doing that. Like, let's talk about the era we have in front of us, because trying to compare Deontay
But you
Wilder to
got to
George
though.
Foreman.
That's a part of the game.
Hey, to be fair,
Well,
I agree, Rick.
to be fair to Wilder, the
I don't know
heavyweight
if this nigga
division,
trying to size me
the
up or get his
Yeah,
ass whipped.
Horseman,
the
Dan wants
heavyweight
to know.
division,
I think
the
is it
heavyweight
Dan the
division
man?
isn't
Yeah, that's Dan the
it
man.
isn't packed. It isn't packed right now.
yeah.
So to be fair to him,
Yeah,
that's
but I'm
true.
trying to get his email. I'm not gonna send it to one of his group hangouts. You know, he needs to
That's
send an email.
no,
I
that's
already told
the
him in the chat.
that's the
Who's that?
UGC
Dan the
handle.
Man? Dan
Yeah.
the Man been ducking me for a long time now.
Oh shit!
You mean what?
Here we go.
Dan the Man been ducking me for a long time.
Okay, we're gonna
This
see.
nigga
He
got
my
He
the
bro.
asking
I
for a
just,
link,
yeah.
but
I
I'm
just
like, put the
follow
link.
with him. He my bro. He my bro. I'm just kidding. He my bro.
Nah,
I'm
but
I'm
the
curious
thing,
about these numbers though, because I've been hearing different numbers.
Anybody know?
Oh,
I think
I'm
it's
I
in the
heard
saying 900. I
900s.
say
900,000.
990K.
And so, real quick,
Hey,
Once
is
I
again,
that
it
heard,
is
peaked.
that
hey,
something
It,
I
good?
it
heard,
peaked. Hold on,
I heard,
I heard it peaked at 990K, and the average was 860K or something like that.
Those are
yeah,
good
that's what I
numbers for
heard too.
Showtime.
Something like
For
that.
So,
Showtime.
real quick, is that good numbers for Deontay Wilder and
Those
for?
are excellent numbers for 2 minutes worth of work.
Well, they're down from the Ortiz fight, but considering who
Yeah.
he was
Wait,
And
fighting,
yeah,
he's
and
down from the Ortiz fight.
yeah,
Yeah, but
Ortiz
Yeah.
that's
was
because Ortiz is a name.
1.1 million. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Considering who he is fighting, and I think with
But Deontay
basketball,
Wilder's this big superstar, though, right?
nah, but considering it being on
Come
Showtime,
That's
on,
what
that's
they're
black man.
a
claiming.
great number.
We were just saying the numbers, man. You got to black sarcastic as a
Hey, consider
motherfucker.
No,
Black
I'm just
Horse.
saying he winning Emmys
Consider
this
that
year.
being on Showtime. Them
And
good numbers, man.
hold on, he's winning Emmys. He's supposed to be A side, and he wants I don't know 100 million for one fight with AJ, but he's doing what? What's his numbers again?
900,000.
Oh, okay.
At peaking, apparently that wasn't the whole.
I
You
gotta be
know,
honest, man. Those are good numbers. Like 700,000 would have been
I think
bad.
they're decent.
Yeah, it's decent. The guy
Yeah,
who's
they're decent
fighting,
numbers. Yeah.
the guys
Nah,
he's
them are
fighting.
great numbers.
Those are great numbers.
I
Look at the
want to see great.
competition. I mean, nobody really wanted to see him fight
Nah,
fucking
but them
Brazil.
great numbers, bro.
I'm
Considering
Yeah.
not
it's
disputing,
Showtime.
nigga. Are
Niggas
you
don't do
listening?
no
I'm not
billion
disputing
views
that
on
shit.
Showtime.
So with those numbers,
Yeah,
as
but
they said, with those kind of numbers, should he get 100 million to
can I
face
compare? Can I
AJ?
say something real quick? Look at Terrence Crawford versus Jose Benavidez' numbers,
But that's on
and
ESPN, man.
yeah,
You can't
exactly. But
compare.
show. Well, yeah, I guess. Yeah, you're right. You're right. You're right.
Whoa, wait, was
Yeah.
that on ESPN or ESPN Plus?
Well,
Let me
ESPN.
No, it was on regular
Pay-per-view.
TV,
All right,
ESPN.
yeah,
all right.
but
Yeah.
let me say something too. Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Dan. I'm with
All right,
the
done.
that's me, the Holyfield avatar. But yeah, but if you want to talk about Terrence Crawford and Benavidez, look at what they're going up against that night. Benavidez was not going up against the NBA playoffs that night. You know, the Blazers.
That's also a good point too.
Yeah, the Blazers and the Warriors were playing that night, and they were averaging about 8 million views that night. So people were kind of flipping back and forth. If Wilder and Brazil would have got to a million, if the fight went longer. Let's be fair, but it didn't get to that point. So 990,000 over a million in 3 minutes is actually not bad. So
That's basically a million, though, isn't it? That's,
yeah,
Yeah,
basically
that's good.
hey,
That's
yo,
really
that's
good.
good. But I'm gonna keep it fair though. I'm gonna keep it real though. As a Wilder fan, I will say this though. I think
the
Showtime.
MOBC, and you
Hold on,
can't.
hold on. One at a time. One at a time. Go
Yeah.
ahead,
Oh
man.
Hey, what's
shit!
up? Hey,
That
what's
nigga
up?
Box Car ready to fire.
Yeah, hey, what's up, Horseman, man? My bad, man. I properly introduced myself, man. But
This the MOB.
Ross Clark, fix your
Oh
hey man,
boy,
fix your
this
audio,
this
bro.
Man, y'all
this
niggas,
dude over
One
here,
at a time, bro.
this
Yeah,
dude said
yeah,
tripping.
one at a time.
MOBTC, son.
Ross Clark. Hey, Ross
What's up,
Clark,
bro?
man, you been talking. What's up, dog? Yeah, we been going at it for about 2 years, man. He my boy though, man. Hey, but for
Me
real
and
though,
Dan go at it too.
Hey,
yeah,
y'all,
what's up,
y'all let
Me
Baba?
and
y'all let
Dan.
let Dan rip, yo. I can't hardly hear
Yeah.
him. Go ahead, Dan.
Yeah. What's up, man? Thanks, man. Yeah, but let me be fair though. As a Wilder fan, I would say they broke even. They didn't really make a profit for that fight because you have to take into account that the ticket sales they underperformed at the gate. I'm gonna keep it real.
Mm.
Uh, but
I
they
was at the fight, man. And you can tell if there's 4,000 empty seats, dog. It wasn't that many empty seats at the fight.
Hold on. Go ahead,
yeah,
Dan.
yeah.
My
I was
fault.
gonna
My
say
fault.
though, it's all good. It's all good. But I was just saying, yeah, they were like under what three? They had about under 3,000 tickets left to be sold there. The capacity 16,000. So I would say that the ticket sales were not that bad, or in fact, it was not that good either. So it was mixed reviews. That's what I call it.
You
But
know what
neither.
it is, Dan? My bad, Dan. But you know what it is the ticket prices
Yeah, I
as
know.
well. They
That's
were
how I was gonna get. They were cheap.
okay.
I
Yeah,
was gonna
yeah.
get into that. So that's the one thing people are gonna look at that. And to be fair,
Hey,
I would
man, I
blame.
was all for it.
Yeah, I agree with that. But like I said, I'm gonna keep it fair. I'm gonna keep it consistent. They underperformed there at the gate, given the ticket prices, as Bias said. But they made up for that with the viewership of that fight. If you take into account the live viewership, you take into account the replay, and you take into account the live stream and the viral videos that went up on YouTube or Daily Motion or Bing, whatever, Instagram, Twitter. You count all that, you put all those things into account. They broke even because they made more money on the viewership, and it was able to offset, able to pay out the purses to the fighters and the production costs that they put on the fight. So,
Can I say something, Dan?
yeah,
It's good. It's good it wasn't on pay per view because now, like,
yeah,
they actually, they got some positive from the
results
fight
from it.
not being.
Yeah, I agree on that. That's what it is. And Wilder got 10 million plus the upside for that fight, and Brazil got a flat 1.2. So,
He
I
got
mean, that
10 million. He got
10
10 million
million
to
10
fight
plus.
million.
Brazil.
yeah,
He
10
got
million,
10. He said
10 million plus.
what was reported. What was reported was almost 10 million.
Well, it's 10 million plus upside. So the upside, one of the upsides that was reported that if he finished Brazil earlier, depending on the rounds, he was going to get a bonus $2 million, which he did. So he finished him in one round. So
So he
he,
got paid more
So then
than
he
the
made
Fury
over
fight.
$10 million. He made 11 to 12.
12 to 13,
Yeah.
roughly. 12, 13, probably 14 if you account for the TV rights, the revenue split. So
Yeah, but
it,
you're not
How?
taking into account all
What?
the management he has to pay off as well. Like that's
well,
not
yeah,
all going to Deontay Wilder,
that's
obviously.
true. If you wanted to do that, Josh was not getting all the 18 million that was been reported. All that stuff goes to
Yeah.
all that
No,
goes
but
to.
how did he get paid more than the Fury fight, which was on pay per view as well?
Well, first of all, they started off with the 4 million, right? They got start off the 4 million, right? That was the
Yeah.
base. He got 4 million, and that was a guarantee, I should say. And Fury got 3. What they did is they split the revenue on the pay per view, plus the ticket revenue, plus the Tyson Fury got the international rights, and Wilder got the rights here in the States. So that's how they got more, because that's why people always, fighters like Floyd Mayweather always were very keen on getting their fights on pay per view because they knew they made more money that way than opposed to network television fights. So that's how he got more for that fight. So I just want to throw that out. With that said, so yeah, he got a good change, 13 million roughly, out of it, even though that was well shy what he got, what he got for his own, but it is what it
Yep.
is, man.
This,
It is
this
what it
is
is.
what this is what I'm trying to
Yeah.
say. That
Yeah.
Wilder is now starting to make a name. Like they should
Yeah.
follow it up by making sure if he fights Ortiz again, make sure he's not on pay per view because that could be a
Yeah.
backward step.
You know
Hey,
what
can
though?
I
I'm
just
gonna be
say
fair.
this?
Yeah, go ahead, bro.
Hey,
Go ahead.
Dan,
Yeah, go ahead.
let me say this, Dan, and then I want you to counter this.
All right.
Like, all right, so look at the performance Wilder just had, right? Now,
Right.
if he would have signed that DAZN deal, he would have did what he just did on DAZN, and we would have been like, damn, you seen Wilder just knock that dude out that Anthony Joshua just fought in 1 round, and they're about to fight next. You know how
Well,
hype
you
and
know what?
hype people would have been? You know how much
Right. You
money
know
they
what?
could have made? But
Well, let me
now
be
he's
fair.
about to go ahead and fight Kaunaki and Ortiz twice.
Well, let me be fair though. Canelo Alvarez fought on. I'm gonna make the comparison here. Canelo Alvarez fought Danny Jacobs not too long ago on the zone, right? And like it or not, the viewership was very poor. And this is Canelo Alvarez we're talking about here. It was very poor. They went to the zone. They narrowed the losses for that fight because it wasn't as bad compared to their losses in their previous fights, in their previous cards they held last year and earlier this year. Okay. Now the problem is with the zone is that I am the zone describer myself. Don't get me wrong, I am.
Some
But
of
the
them
problem
cards
with
were trash.
yeah, that's what I was going to say. They were. But to be fair, I'm just going to keep it real. The zone, their outreach is very, very limited. And that's probably what Wildest Team was looking at that. They were looking, well, where's your outreach? Because you don't have much
Then
outreach.
How come Shelly Finkel wants to fight on the zone when it happens?
What, did he say that? Or they were
He
looking
did
into
say
it?
that. No, he said that. That's why he's talking to Skipper still.
Yeah,
To
he's
fight
talking
Oh,
on
to
they
the
got a
zone.
meeting.
Yeah, he
And he
said they
also
had. He
he's
said they
talking
had
to,
and he
interest in
also
fighting
said,
on the zone.
no, they
hold
had
on.
interest.
He also said that. He also said that on the Boxing Voice.
That's right. He said he has interest, but he's also probably what he's looking for. What Finkel is looking for, he's a smart businessman, believe it or not. He's a smart businessman. I think what he's looking for, what he's angling for, is a co-promotional network deal because he understands that the zone is a very new brand in the States. They have no recognition. They are not known. They're not established. So what he wants to do to help them out, you got to have a co-promotional network deal so you could further expand your outreach. I know you got to give in. You got to split the revenue with the other network that's been around for a long time. But sometimes that's what you got to do to create your, to expand your brand. So I think that's what they're lacking in right now. And I'm hearing that the zone is having major financial problems right now. Like I said, don't
Where are
quote me
you
on that.
hearing
That's what
that? Yeah, because
there's
I've been
been,
hearing that PBC. I've been hearing PBC and Showtime is having major
I
financial,
heard,
Put that.
and that's been
I heard that
reported.
too.
That's
Oh, I
actually
heard
been
that.
reported. That's been
Yeah.
reported by actual source,
No,
Rick
Rick
Laser.
Laser. Yeah, Rick Laser. Hold up.
So,
Let me say something about Rick Laser. He was, I'm
so
actually,
where's the source for the zone?
On
hold up,
YouTube.
hold up. Hold on, let me tell you something about Rick Laser, okay? Rick Laser has been a questionable source for a while time now, okay? He was a guy that
What did he? What did
So
he say?
wait,
I didn't hear.
yeah, no, Rick
go ahead.
Laser was one guy who 3 years ago or 4 years ago who once said that Gennady Golovkin and Dave Lemieux underperformed. Well, they did underperform the pay-per-view. He said their buy rates were at 97,000. When he was called out on it, because at the same time, Tom Loeffler and HBO came out with the figures of 150,000 buys. When he was challenged on that, he retracted that statement. Okay, so that's one thing. And he's also the guy that said that Steven Espinoza was going to resign from Showtime after the PBC launched in early 2015. And so I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Dan, I get what you're saying.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. I'm not discounting. I'm not saying he's totally wrong here because that's where it got. That's
Well,
where
hey
he's.
Dan. In the words of you, maybe that's what he was told, and he just reported what he was told. You know, kind of like Cali Enigma.
Yeah,
Don't compare the two, man.
No, I'm just saying because Dan uses Cali Enigma as sources, so I'm saying
Well,
Rick Glacier. Hold on,
I'm
not Dan. I'm not done.
Listen up, y'all.
Yeah, I'm not either. You
I'm
interrupted
not
me.
done. Hold on. No, you were finished. I was just saying. You said Rick Glacier is not a credible source because
I didn't say he was a credible source.
I can't moderate. I can't moderate.
Okay, go ahead.
Time out. Okay.
Go ahead, Dan.
A bunch of
You got
noise
the floor.
shouting. Okay. So
Yeah.
one at a time. Go ahead, unbiased, and then you can move on.
All right, bro.
No, I'll let Dan finish. Go ahead, Dan.
See, Rise, you gotta listen to what I'm saying. I did not say he was wrong. All right. I never said he was not credible. I said he was questionable. He has got some things right in the past. Okay. What I'm saying is, though, he did say, I did report this on my channel. Okay. I'm surprised nobody didn't talk about this because I was the only one that brought it up. See, that's how consistent I am. All right. But I will.
Someone's got feedback.
Somebody does. It ain't me. But I will say this, though.
So what did you talk about on your channel?
I said the PBC is in trouble financially. This is what Rick Glazer is reporting. He's saying that they're, Waldo Reed, which actually fronted up the money for them 4 years ago, which is about some amount of $650 million.
Yep.
So what he said is that the Waldo Reed is very disappointing of the underperformance by the PBC, and the Waldo Reed is looking to sell the brand to someone.
Okay, so not to get so deep into this number stuff on who's struggling, DAZN or PBC. Do you feel like it was a smart decision, Dan, for Wilder to turn down the offer from DAZN?
I'm mixed about it. I mean, part of me tells me he should have taken it while they're there. Well, it's there even though they're struggling financially. I have reason to believe that DAZN is. But at the same time, he should have taken the money because look, it's contract, you're guaranteed.
Look, I want to add to this. So
Yeah.
can you agree that the money offered by the zone is guaranteed, and then this money that they're hoping to get from PBC is not guaranteed?
Yep.
Well, I don't know. Well, they're guaranteed, yes, but the PBC money,
You say yeah?
yeah, that's guaranteed. Yes, that's what they
Okay.
say. That we have
All
to
right.
go by the word for it. But how do we know the PBC is not guaranteed? How do we know that?
We don't know because
We
Okay.
don't know,
again,
but you
I
just
mean,
said, look, I'll tell you, I'll use an example. Espinosa said, if you guys knew how much Wilder was going to make in this Brazil fight, you guys wouldn't, be talking anything.
well,
And then the reports, hold on, I'm not done, Dan, you just talked. And then
well,
the
not,
reports came,
come on,
the
man, let him
reports,
rip,
hold
let him
on,
rip, man, let him rip.
the reports came out that it's less. So
well, I got some good news here. Okay.
therefore, what PBC has been saying has turned out to be a lie. Now you
Well,
have the floor. Go ahead.
you've been using the word lie a lot on bias, and you've been called out for that a lot. So you need to watch what you say about the word lie. But second of all,
He was lying.
Ding ding.
That was a
shots
lie.
fired.
He said, okay, did he not say, if you guys knew the numbers, then you guys would not be saying anything about Wilder's purse. But we came to find out.
First,
Okay,
speaking
Dan doesn't want to admit it. So everybody on the panel, let me ask the panel, because Dan don't want to actually be truthful. So everybody on the panel.
All right, hold on. Just let me hear the question about bias. Go ahead.
Okay, so you guys on the panel, did Steven Espinosa say, if you guys knew Wilder's purse, we wouldn't be complaining when he was about to fight Brazil? Did he or did he not say
Dan's
that?
answer? Dan was going to say something. I want to hear.
I was going to say something. Yeah, I was going to say something. But before I was going to say though, somebody posted this in my chat. I'm sorry, I'm throwing off a little bit. Someone said that Sports Illustrated is reporting that Wilder made $20 million for the Brazil fight. I'm like,
that's not true.
I don't know
that's
about
not true.
that.
So anyways, but continue, Dan. Go ahead.
I'm not to say though, but what does Espinosa's comment have anything to do with what we're discussing right now?
Because you just said that he shouldn't have taken the deal, or that.
See, I'm biased. You're not listening. I said he should have taken the deal. I did say that. The only thing I question is that
No, you said my bad. You said that the money is not guaranteed. How do we know that PBC's money is not guaranteed? And that's when I said, well, Espinosa reported that Wilder was going to make more money than he actually did.
Okay,
so that's why I'm saying PBC is not credible, because they said if you guys knew the purse, they would be making, you wouldn't even be complaining.
So are you saying Espinosa's lying?
Is that not a lie?
Oh, wait, how's that a lie? That doesn't make any sense.
We saw what was reported.
Man, do we know what the fuck any of these dudes is making, man? Fuck the goddamn
It
money,
is lying because 12 is not 20. That's how we know it's lying, Dan.
That's how it's
12
lying.
is not 20.
That's true, Dan.
12 is not 20.
That,
huh?
How do you counter that? If 12 is not 20 and he's making it like he's going to make more than 20 and he doesn't make 20.
Well, here's what I reported about her horseman. I know Wilder's not making $20 million for the Brazil fight for Showtime. I know that. We all know that. Speculative, okay?
Well, if you know it, what you talking about?
Yeah.
Thank you.
So the question is, why is Espinosa lying?
You gotta let him finish, man. Come on, we
can't. Yeah, let me finish. So many people interrupt, man. Jesus Christ. But anyways,
you're kind of dancing around the shit though a little bit.
Yeah.
We've been quiet. Damn it.
It's all good.
let him go. Let's see.
Yeah. But for real though, from a speculative, if you look at the dynamics of the Brazil fight, that was, we just can't see how he was gonna make 20. His Sports Illustrated reporting that to be true. I mean, seriously, I'm gonna look into that deeply. I'm like, seriously, but the fact is,
which brings us to the next question.
Yeah.
So based on what DAZN offered in his next fight, he would have been making 40. Okay, so he fell short of the 20 fighting Brazil. In the next fight, we have options of Ortiz in the rematch and Kalnaki. Do you think he's going to get anywhere near 40 in that next fight?
No.
No.
Okay, this is why I asked the question initially, because we're talking about guaranteed money and hopeful money.
And that's why I brought up that point. That's why I brought up the point of Espinosa saying, if we knew, then we wouldn't be talking. Guess what? We found out, and it's lower. So therefore, that's a lie. That's what that means.
Okay, so I'm looking at it like, okay, well, you already agreed that the DAZN money is guaranteed money. That if he would accept it, he would have got that. He would have got 20, which was less than what he got to fight Brazil for, staying on Showtime. He would have got
Right.
40 in his next fight. Is he going to make 40 in his next fight? If the answer is no, is that the smartest decision to turn down that DAZN offer?
Well, that's not. Well, like again, it's mixed to me. I wish he had taken the money at the same time, but it's kind of mixed. But the thing is, I would like to say though, did Espinosa say that was he making more for the Brazil fight, or is he making more money on the long term? Isn't that what he's referring to?
Well, he got to fight to make money.
What?
So
Exactly.
looking at his fight,
so
That's why
either way, hey Dan, either way you want to put it, it's not true.
okay.
Well,
It's not going to be 120 million at the 3 fights.
Can I say something? What
well,
if
actually, hold on. I'm actually looking at the Sports Illustrated article right now. Let me see. Hold up, guys. But go ahead, man. Finish up while I'm
all
looking
right,
at
what
it.
I was gonna say, so him turning down DAZN looks like I don't think they're gonna accept the DAZN deal. So see if Joshua is presented with the offer of fighting Wilder on Showtime pay-per-view, saying 2-fight deal. Do you think that fight could generate more money on Showtime than on DAZN?
Yeah, I think it will.
Repeat that one more time, Hamed.
So Waldo's going to be guaranteed 40 million for each fight, if I'm correct. Even if he lost, he would have been guaranteed a rematch with Joshua on DAZN.
Mm-hmm.
And he would have made, what was it? Was it 40 million or 20 million for Brazil? I can't remember what the exact.
20 for Brazil.
All right, 20. All right. So
Yeah.
if him and Joshua and Wilder get a deal with Shelly Finkel putting it on Showtime, and Ahern agrees to let Joshua go on Showtime, do you guys think they can make more than the money that Wilder was offered on DAZN?
Probably not, because
What type of money you
DAZN.
talking about? Like what, $100 million or something? What you mean? Like,
No, per fight. So 40 million was it on DAZN guaranteed for the first fight, then another 40 for the rematch. So that's about 80 million for 2 fights.
I'm trying to
Okay, yeah.
figure out
Well,
how
Well, that's
Wilder
for
generate $20
well,
million
guaranteed
against
money.
Brazil.
Hey, Black,
exactly,
sorry.
and that's
I'm looking at the Sports Illustrated article. According to them, they said Wilder made 20 million for that fight against Brazil.
yeah, but we don't believe it. Sorry,
Who said that?
because what was reported,
Wait. First
That's a
off,
third-party
you
source.
just changed it. Okay, say it
Yeah,
again. Who said
yeah.
that?
Sports Illustrated, the article written on Sports Illustrated by what's his name?
third-party
Greg.
source.
Is it credible though? Is it credible?
Who
Well, we
reported
got
the 10 million with the upside?
yeah, 10 million plus the upside was initially reported by the Mirror. That's the UK article, the UK publication, and now Sports Illustrated is come out 3 days ago.
Okay.
They're saying after the fight that he's gonna make it close to 4 million for the fight.
All right, we need to get it from the horse's mouth. We need to know what's
so
real.
let's just say that, okay, because it's always this mysterious back end weird shit. So
Yeah.
let's just say, okay, let's just say he possibly made 20 million for this fight. Once again, who is he gonna fight next? That's not AJ to where he's gonna get 40.
That's a question. Fight. I don't see no one else. There's no one else. I mean, Fury, if they get the rematch, that's possible.
Who?
He said he already. I mean, so based on
Fury,
what,
that's close to it. Fury's close to it.
Okay, so based on what's been reported, he's already promised Ortiz and Konaki fights. You know, so he got opponents lined up. I don't see him making 40 million with Ortiz and then 40 million with Konaki. I don't see that.
I agree with you on that.
I don't even see that as pay-per-view fights.
Yeah, but I do see him getting close to that amount with the Fury rematch, because we all believe and we all know that rematch would double what they did the first fight. So
that'll probably be a joint pay-per-view though, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would be ESPN and Showtime.
I'm trying to figure out how Wilder made 20 million, and that wasn't even.
He didn't. IOTBA, he didn't.
Yeah,
Sports Illustrated. It's not even credible.
That wasn't even on pay-per-view.
Wait, hold up, Unbiased. How can you say that when one of their writers actually
Sports Illustrated is not a credible source.
So a non pay-per-view fight made him $20 million.
That's what I'm saying. Like, this wasn't even on pay-per-view, right? They reported that Earl made 20 million. Earl had 50,000 people out there, and there was over 500,000 pay-per-view. So and they just say he made 20. So how did Deontay Wilder in a Barclays, where they said it was 13,000
800,000 views?
Look at the ticket sales. It doesn't make sense, bro.
Come on, bro.
Y'all niggas
Well,
straight. Y'all
somebody,
niggas
you know
That's
what
repeat.
what
I'm
I'm
gonna do?
saying. That's what I'm
Somebody should
saying,
go.
bro.
Well, one of you guys should do. One of you guys should do is email the writer of this article and ask him.
I ain't gonna email shit. I know how to read in
I mean,
between the
hey,
lines on shit.
you guys don't believe him,
Hold
then
up, who is that? What is his
I'm
name?
not emailing
Danny,
a
man.
motherfucking
Somebody
soul.
email
Dan,
what?
let me
bias.
tell you
Still no
something,
bias
Dan.
to
I don't got to
PBC.
email nobody. I can read
Well,
in
his name is
between the.
Craig Bishop.
Hold up,
Dan,
fam.
why gonna
Hold up.
Dan?
His name-
Hold up for a second, bro, because we've been letting you get off. Can we get off now?
Go ahead, brother. You can get off,
Okay,
bro.
now
Go ahead.
listen. I don't give a damn what no report say. I ain't fucking emailing no writer or none of that shit. Nigga, I understand how to read in between the lines on real shit and bullshit. And Deontay Wilder reports talking about he made $20 million is bullshit. You ain't making no $20 million fucking
I agree
dollars
with you.
on a non-pay-per-view
Yeah, I
fight.
agree. I
I
don't
agree
think.
with you.
Especially when you
I agree with
fighting
you on
fucking
that one.
Brazil.
Dan, I gotta say this. Look,
Yeah,
you
get
did
that
bring up.
bullshit out of here.
And
Miss
13K ticket sales. Like, come on, bro.
miss me
Hey,
all the way
I
with
guess
that
that
dumb
other
shit.
8 million came from merch, Wilder merch.
I
Go
mean,
ahead.
unless Showtime was that desperate,
Till
they
this
want.
day t-shirts, nigga.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
But see,
unless
if
Dan,
I'm Deontay
unless
Wilder
Showtime.
though,
What's
like
up?
how could you not take no less than 20 or 30 million? Is you fighting? If you had that $120 million deal off of that, you should have made 20 million.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say this. I was gonna say, Dan, you did bring up what was that guy's name? Rick Laser. Like so he's questionable. We could
Yeah.
say the same about this website because
Fuck
I'm
these
not too
damn
sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
reporters.
Absolutely. I never said this was actually accurate. That's why I'm going to dig more into this. That's
But
why I'm
you
Yeah,
open.
but you read it.
'cause-
You read it
You
online.
read it like
Yeah.
it was a source, though.
Yeah.
No. I'm saying according to him. I did say he was correct. You
Nigga
gotta listen
read
to what
that
I'm
shit
saying.
like it was
You was
Yeah,
kind of
breaking
but that's
getting
what
news.
you
you
was
was
kind
trying
of
to
getting
base your
bodied.
point off of, fam.
Yeah, you was
I
kind of
based my
getting
point
bodied
off of
and
that.
you went and looked up a UK
Yeah.
source.
I
Yeah, you
said,
read it like it was the exclusive.
well, actually, this has been out. This is a story that was swept under the rug, actually, because I didn't know this came out the day after the fight. But the fact is, I got to look more into this. I'm not going to take this as, as what's the word I'm looking for? As
Yeah,
hot
but like they say, you read it and you read it like you was trying to make your point off of it, fam.
Yeah,
Well,
bro.
let's
I'm
not
just
go on
telling.
our
I read
subjects.
it
Let's not go
because
on.
I wanted to get your guys' insight on it. That's why I read it to you.
No,
I
you
didn't
said
say that's
a
concrete.
court.
Believe
You
it
said
what it is.
But I'm just
according to
saying though,
Blanky,
look,
he
like
made
on
Well,
some
20.
real
here's my
shit.
Wait,
view
hold on.
on
Look,
that
look,
art. I
Can
like,
I
wipes
ask
my
Dan something?
ass
look,
with
Let
that
me ask.
article.
Hey,
but
hold
look.
on, IOTB. Let me ask Dan something real quick. Dan, what did
What's
you
up?
think about what you think about what Wilder said after the fight? Did you
I
like
was
did you like his
disappointed.
speech?
I didn't like it. I hated it. I
I'm
hated
holler
it.
at
But
y'all.
I'm gonna be real with you guys and call me a conspiracy theorist. I think Wilder and Joshua got the fight made. They gonna just wait until the right time to announce it. I have believe they believe they're doing it. Why?
Yo,
Because
Dan,
I
are you
think they.
related to
Wait, wait,
Oh,
wait,
Jimmy?
wait. Hold on, hold on,
Man,
hold on,
listen.
real quick,
I'm
real
gonna
quick.
disagree
Wait,
with
wait,
him.
Dan,
Fuck
you kind
them
of
both.
hold on, real quick.
let me explain.
Hold
Let
on.
me explain. Let me explain.
You kind of say you talk real fast. Slow down. What'd you say?
Okay. No, I
Yo, Black,
think
I'm
that
holler at you.
in my opinion, I think this fight is already
All
made.
right,
They're just waiting
Charles.
for the right time to announce it. That's just my
Wait,
opinion.
you said you think the
And
fight is already made between who?
Wilder and Joshua. I think it's
I,
already made.
I
Made
absolutely
next or made down the
100%
line?
disagree with you, sir.
This
Well,
nigga said he believe the fight is already made.
I believe it because here's the
And
thing: they're still negotiating as we speak. Number one, and
man,
number
they ain't doing nothing.
If they're negotiating, why would they be negotiating if it's
Man, do you
made?
believe? Hey, bro, do you believe PBC? Do you still
If
believe in these niggas?
He on
Dan,
payroll.
hold on, wait.
You
Dan, if
still
it's
believe these
made,
niggas? Hold up,
Huh?
hold up, Kinfolk. They can't
Huh?
they can't even make fights with Dan with it. They own fucking fighters. But you think they can make this fight? You think they trying to make this fight with Anthony Joshua? You
I
really
think they
believe in it?
are. I think they are. But the
Man,
fact
stop
is,
it.
I still believe Wilder's ducking at the moment. But I still think they're still trying to make it some way somehow. But we won't
So
see it until
so
another year.
once
I
again,
don't believe nobody ducking nobody. I just believe
What?
Wilder.
I do.
Look, my thing is Wilder needs to bow down
I do.
to financially because
Wilder
he think
ducking.
he a side. Ain't nobody ducking nobody. Wilder just think he bigger than what the fuck he is, and he
Well,
not.
there's a duck right there. You just
That is a duck.
explained. So
That's
how
not
you
a
say that?
duck, nigga.
Yeah, nigga, you just said it was a duck. That's a duck. You just said. All right, man. All right.
Hey, once
But
again,
no,
Unbiased
but
asked you, did you hear the post-fight interview?
Yeah, I did. I
And
said I
based
hated.
on what you heard,
Yeah.
your assessment is that the fight is already about to be made next.
that don't make sense, sir.
Be next. I said it's going to be made down the road. They're just waiting for
No,
it.
no, that's
No,
not what
he
you
said
said. That's
he
not
said
what you
it's
said.
already made. He said it's already made.
I believe
but
it's
He
they're
said
already
still
they,
made.
negotiating.
Yeah.
but they're still negotiating. So that
Man,
doesn't really
you sound like you're
that
on
doesn't make
PBC
sense,
payroll,
Dan.
family.
Nah,
Stop
brother.
reaching, bro. Stop reaching.
Dog,
You reaching like a
that's not me.
motherfucker, dog.
That's not
Dan the
me.
man, you're about
Stop
to lose
reaching.
that soul glow
Dan, stop
status you
reaching.
got.
Oh,
What did
glow.
he say?
No, I just look,
That's
man.
who he
Here's the
reminds me of on his other avatar.
and going back to
No,
the bear.
but Dan,
I'm going back
Dan,
to that.
Dan knows his boxing though. Dan knows
Yeah,
his boxing though.
No,
yeah.
he
Yeah,
I
do
would
know
say
He,
this.
boxing, but
he's
he
smart. He's
reaching.
smart.
he reaching. He a little
He
biased, but
reaching. He know
yeah.
he's boxing, but he
No,
reaching.
listen, you guys gotta listen to me. Barry Hearn put out an interview on IFL last year. Okay, he even said himself that
What
him and
about
Jelly
this
Bean
year?
go. Well, you guys don't believe
What
Barry
about this year though? But go ahead.
about this? Oh, listen, brother, listen. Barry Hearn said that. Look, me and Shelly been doing this for years. We go way back. Okay, he and I talked to Shelly, and he agrees with me that look, we gonna let the bite marinate. And let it once we marinate, we can make both sides can make more money down the road, and when the time is right, we'll announce it. That's what he
Yeah,
said.
you forgot to mention that Barry said if I was Joshua, I wouldn't take that fight because that I would retire after that fight. Pretty much saying that's his retirement plan that
Dan,
Wilder would do.
Dan, who the bigger fighter?
Not that hold on, he never said this. He never said we are going to marinate the fight. That's not what he said. You got to put the
Put in proper
context back
context,
into
sir.
what you're saying.
Wow.
That's
Hey,
all I'm
Dan.
saying.
Dan, who the bigger fighter,
Look,
Dan?
he's slick. Dan slick with it. Go ahead.
Who the bigger fighter, Dan? Joshua or Wilder?
Bigger? What do you mean by bigger?
Y'all know what I mean. Who
Come on,
more
man. Stop
who
playing.
A side, who B side?
Oh, all right.
Dan, you quiet on this, man? Come on now. Don't bring out the
Hey,
Is he on the line?
Oh, okay.
Who A side, who B side, Dan?
He fell asleep. Go ahead,
That's-
Ahmed. Go
I
ahead,
don't know if
Ahmed.
he's on read. Oh, yeah. I was just gonna say, I don't know how the fight could be signed or a thing if it's down the line when the scene when Wilder said he wants to fight Ortiz not 2 times but 3rd time, and they're looking like they want to do a pay-per-view. That don't make sense with the Kanaki fight as well. So we talk about 2021, the back end of 2020. So I don't see how you could get a fight.
I don't know what's going on. I guess guys are getting dropped off. He telling me to send him back.
He might be gone somewhere. But
he might have just dropped off.
The only time I remember something like this happened, but that was only 1 year in advance. When Mayweather said on Twitter after the first Maidana fight, he goes, "I got a present for you guys next May," which was 2015. So, and I knew what he was talking about. I was thinking if he wins his fights with Maidana, which he should, then he'll probably try and fight Pacquiao in 2015. But that's only a year in advance. So Wilder, he's talking about 3-4 fights. This could go on longer than a year.
Why Wilder ain't fighting Dylan White? That's the question.
Hey, say that shit again.
Yeah, we were talking about
Say that shit, bro. That shit need to be fucking.
Why Wilder ain't fighting Dylan White? That's the question right there.
Then the man come back on. I want to hear his thoughts on that. Since you ain't fighting AJ, the only fight that's acceptable in my eyes is Dylan White. The
Why he ain't
#1
fighting
WBC,
Dylan White, fam?
Yeah. And how the fuck WBC gonna make Brazil the mandatory over Dillian White?
All right,
Dan is back. No, that's ask Dan that question.
Dan,
what's up, brother?
What's go ahead hit him with that IOTBA.
So my thing is the question is why is Deontay Wilder not fighting Dylan White?
He should fight Dillian White, and I said he ducked that fight.
I don't think he ducked the fight. I'm just saying he.
Hey, hold on, IOTBA. Why you wanna call a spade a spade, man? With this ducking shit,
No, bro, like because look, no. No, one thing I understand is like Wilder, I really believe in him now. Like he ain't scared. He ain't ducking these niggas. It's just that he trying to maximize.
Well, it's either him or the
IOTB, bro. Nobody said that Wilder scared anybody. The fact is that he did tell Dillian White that you gonna have to wait 2 years before you get your shot. He turned down a fight.
Oh my God! Yo, hold on, wait, Black, wait, Dan, say that again.
He told Dillian White. No, Dillian White and him were sending messages with each other on Instagram.
2 years. Yeah.
He told him you got to wait 2 years, and before that, he turned down the $7 million payday to take that fight in London. So I gotta call it as it is, man. I like Wilder. I like my guy, but he ducked the fight.
It's on record. He texted me. He said, I ain't got to fight you for like 2 years.
He told him you got to wait.
He ain't trying to fight him no time soon. He said that last year.
So. He needs him on the back burner so he can use him as another hurdle for Joshua later on.
Yeah, to be fair though.
What's really crazy? I think that's gonna be the fight before Anthony Joshua, though. I really do.
That would be smart. That would be smart.
You know why?
But
Go, no,
Dan, hold
sorry.
on,
Go
let me
ahead.
just say this.
Go ahead, man. My bad. Bye.
The white fight in UK, that's a pay-per-view, and that's a big money fight for Deontay Wilder.
That's what
Yeah.
I'm looking
Dillian
for.
White in the UK, you should be taking that.
Well,
So
you
can
know
I
what?
ask y'all a question?
To be
Why
He
fair,
why
though,
about to
would
be getting 40
you
for
think
that,
that
maybe.
fight with Anthony Joshua and Deontay Wilder should be in the United States or in the UK?
I
UK, man.
I
I
don't
say
care
the
where it
I don't
is.
UK,
give a fuck if they fought in Africa, nigga.
Yeah,
but
I
I
don't
say
care
the
either.
maybe I
UK.
don't know. I don't know.
I don't
Fight
care.
anywhere, nigga.
I don't
Shit.
care.
He's
I mean,
gonna.
Lennox Lewis fought Hassan Rockman in South Africa for the title, for the heavyweight title. So I don't
Shit.
care, man.
He's
Ali
gonna
But I'm
fought
just
happen in
saying,
Foreman.
America, but look,
yeah,
Joshua's fighting now in America. I did hope it happened in the UK because I thought that was a fight that deserved to be in front of 80,000 people. Like,
Yeah,
and
120,000.
whatever.
Shit.
And I think the only fight that will happen, assuming Joshua wins, then is the Fury fight in the UK. I think that's too big of a fight not to be in the UK, and they're both British, but. It looks like Wilder will get the fight in America, the first fight. But
yeah, yeah. I was gonna say how man. To be fair to Deontay, just a little bit. To be fair, he did say he wanted to fight Dillian White, long as that he was guaranteed a shot at AJ. Of course, Hearn did not turn that down. Said
Well,
no.
not but Dillian. I mean,
Yeah,
Wilder
yeah,
said you got to fight Ortiz first,
yeah. That
but
was that was after
Ortiz
the
just
fact.
got stretched. Just
Yeah,
got
that's true. That
stretched
was
2 months
I
prior.
can't.
Well,
I
wait, you're
can't.
going
I
way
can't.
beyond. Wait, hold on, right? Go, let me tell you. Let me respond to that. You actually going above the timeline, bro. The timeline is this. He did say, I will fight Dillian White as long as I'm guaranteed the champion. Eddie Hearn said no. Then after that, Deontay Wilder said, you know what? I'll fight you as long as you fight Luis Ortiz. That's after the fact that Hearn told him not, I'm not doing that deal. So I'm
Here's the
Right.
just
So
thing,
saying.
Dan. Here's the thing, Dan.
Ortiz
That
just
all
got
that.
stretched
Hold on.
Go
Let
ahead.
me read this real quick.
let it go.
Go
No,
ahead,
then
Red. Go
no,
ahead,
no,
Red.
that was long before
Just
that,
real
bro.
quick.
Your timeline is wrong. But go ahead, Red.
Go ahead,
Just
Go
Red.
real
ahead.
quick. I can't take him serious with that statement simply because he wouldn't fight Brazil with the guarantee of getting 2 AJ fights.
Oh,
Really? When was that?
recently.
With the
Did they?
DAZN offer, the
Zone.
120 million that we talked about before that
Oh,
he
he was
turned
Oh,
down.
yeah,
guaranteed two
you're right.
Joshua fights.
Wow.
Yeah, you're right.
Wow.
You're right.
That's a good
So
That's
fight.
a
how
good
am I
point.
supposed to believe Wilder would fight him would fight White
Hey,
if
that's a good
AJ
point.
is guaranteed when he wouldn't fight Brazil, who we just saw what he did
That's
to
a
Brazil with
contradiction, yeah.
AJ guaranteed.
Yeah.
Wow.
So ILTBA,
Yeah.
you still you're not giving them this nigga the duck title yet? You ain't,
I mean, no, it's just you know what the thing. Look, I don't think he ducking him. I like where he ducking him where he don't think. I think Deontay Wilder could beat him, but I think he avoiding him because he think he gonna be able to avoid Dillian White and just go straight to Anthony Joshua. But I do believe.
ITV, do you believe
hold
Spencer Crawford or not?
No,
Uh-oh, why you going
Oh,
there?
no. You gotta get
Oh
this.
shit.
no, not at all.
Okay, it seems like ILTBA, he don't like that duck
You
word.
don't like the word duck. Let's put it that way.
Okay.
No. It ain't. No. It ain't about duck. I just think. Look. I think he trying to avoid. That's gonna be a tough fight. Cause look, Dillian White done got better in the last 2 or 3 years since he fought Anthony Joshua. So it ain't that he trying to duck the fight because he can't beat him. But I think he trying to leap over that fight and go straight to Anthony Joshua first without having
By
to
fighting
fight him.
Ortiz and Konaki?
Now I know, but look, Ortiz and Kanaki then was more easier to make because they was over here on this side, I guess.
I think he can make more money fighting Dillian White
I
than
agree,
fucking
Black.
fighting Ortiz
No,
and
I
Konaki
agree.
probably combined.
But I agree. But look, it
That's
comes to
probably
a
40 million right there.
See, that's why we need to put the pressure on Mauricio Suleiman.
Man.
You know, how the fuck
Hey,
are you the WBC president and you allowed that, fam?
Hey, somebody said, hey, ILTBA, before you rip on Bias, somebody said in the chat, he said fans okay with the WBC protecting Wilder with the mandatory, but have a problem with Canelo versus Charlo mandatory.
Ooh.
Yep.
Damn, bro.
Yep.
That's
And
a
I was
good
just
ass
gonna.
fucking point.
Hey, just WBC has been crooked, man, and they mandate fights that never happen. Like, you know what I mean? They mandated who they mandate and it didn't happen. I think it was Gary Russell versus Leo. That didn't happen. You know what I'm saying?
To be
So
fair,
Adonis Stevenson got away 5 years not fighting in mandatory.
So
that's
did,
that's
bro.
true.
Damn,
That's true as
bro.
well. That's true as well.
So he
And
gets
Well, to be
also,
paid.
fair,
According
well,
to someone,
to be fair though, not just the WBC, the IBF recently ordered Canelo to fight Derevyanchenko, the guy who recently last year lost in a vacant title against Danny Jacobs. He had
yeah,
one fight coming back against Jack
they
Palfrey.
they
Like,
pulled that back and said that was an error, though. So,
no, that was
Yeah.
no error. No, Canelo punked him. Let's be real, okay?
well, I mean,
no,
that's
no,
assumptions. That's
they said,
assumptions. I don't know.
they said
That's
they ordered
assumptions, but
it.
we could
No, he
go
punked him
ahead,
because
Cameron.
first of all, they went to the IBF and told him, no, we're not doing that. First of all, we just got the title. You can't just order us to fight a mandatory when this guy didn't even fight a final eliminator when he got one fight coming back.
But you
So
could say the same. You could say the same about the WBO. Mayweather beat Pacquiao, and
that's true.
they
Yeah,
stripped him like
2 months after.
Yeah, no, it
Yeah,
was like less than a month. So I think they all, in a way, like got their own corruption side to them.
they all corrupt. Let's be real. The
Yeah,
WBC is just more
No, but
prevalent.
the yeah, exactly. Yep.
They're more
WBC.
prevalent, but yeah, IBF goes way back. I mean, I know they cleaned up over the years after that bribery scandal they had with Bob Arum back in 2000. But the fact is, I mean, that was a bad scandal. I mean, some people went to jail in that situation.
He paid. What did he do? He paid for him. So he
Well,
Yeah,
paid
he
he
him.
paid.
paid.
No, what happened was there was the president at the time. It was a female, I believe. He paid her lots of sum of money to keep a couple of his fighters ranked, even though they took losses ahead of everybody else who was actually fighting in eliminators. And of course, that caused a big scandal, and the IBF had to really clean up after that. And that's when Daryl Peoples took over. And I'm
Yeah,
surprised
but
Bob Arum didn't go to jail for that, but it is
the
what it
W
is.
the WBC is more crooked because these guys can pick who they want to fight, bro.
Yeah.
Like, come on,
Well,
man. That's
I mean,
ridiculous.
Yeah.
real quick,
What happened
to
with?
back up your point on bias, Battle just said Danny Garcia was the #1 mandatory for the WBC belt a month after he lost to Sean Porter.
Thank you, thank you.
And
Yeah.
Just
also
like Dillian,
Stavin.
just like I
No, no,
said
no.
with
What
Ortiz.
about
Like I said
Stavin?
with Ortiz.
What
what's
about
up with
Stavin?
IBF? Why they got Golovkin ranked number 3? He hasn't fought anybody. I mean, seriously, they still got
That's
him ranked
true.
number 3
No,
while
but
other guys still fighting eliminators.
how was Stavin the mandatory in the rematch with Wilder? I know
Yeah, that
Ortiz
was
won.
fucked
Exactly.
up.
That
That
I
was
didn't
doesn't
like
make
that.
stupid.
sense, bro.
I didn't like that either. And what
That
happened
was stupid.
was, what happened was Thurman was playing Paul just because he knows Don King's his promoter. What happened with Thurman is that he was mandated to fight Alexander Povetkin for the final eliminator. And Povetkin fucked up again and got
In
caught with a
top.
second PED, and the
Yeah.
fight got called off. Then they ordered Thurman and said, you know what, you're gonna have to fight Luis Ortiz. And Thurman's like, hell no, I'm not fighting Luis Ortiz. So he went to the WBC and WBC called the fight off, and I was mad about that.
But
That's when he got
even before that though, after Wilder knocked him out, whatever, battered him to win the title, all he did was beat Derek Rossi and was
right.
highly inactive for 2 years. Like, how does that? I know other sanction bodies have done that, but that was very mysterious because Ortiz and Wilder trying to get a fight, and the guy who was the next mandatory in line was what's his name, Stavern, which he should never have been in that position.
Yeah, actually, at the time, Ortiz was in line. He was close to being mandatory, and then that's when the WBC, after the Povetkin fallout, that's when the WBC decided to order that fight, and that's when Stavern and Don King went to the WBC's like, nah, fuck that. We're not fighting that guy. We're not fighting him. So yeah, so it goes both ways. And to be fair, not to be fair, but I was wondering if Ross Cloud was still on because he's saying that Mikey Garcia ducked Lomachenko. Well, if that's the case, then why did Bob Arum and Lomachenko petition to get ranked and fight for that title? Then why Garcia was champion? Why did they wait for him to
They've got him
vacate?
now.
That's the good point.
Why did
That's
they
a
wait
good
till he
point.
vacated? Why did they wait till he vacated so they could petition for that title? Now Luke Campbell's got to fight for that title against Lomachenko, which is a fucked up move in a way, in my sense, because I can understand Lomachenko was fighting to get ranked, but he didn't. They just automatically gave him a shot. And I'm like, damn, that's some fucked up
Yeah.
shit right there. He's
That's
another
true.
champ,
That's
It's like
definitely
they
true.
target the guys that's gonna bring, like either to maintain in order to keep the champions, that's the big money makers for them, keep them a champion, or put a guy in that mandatory spot who, if they win, they can make some good money off them. It seems like if you don't really bring no money to the table, they're not even really trying to rank you high or make you a mandatory. WBC is crooked though, man. They be doing some fucked up ass shit though.
Yeah, it's a fuck. The thing is, they do have this unique clause in their rules and bylaws standards that any decision they make on the board of governors and their championship committees is under their discretion. So they can manipulate the rules as they see fit. That's what they have, that little clause. That's why these fighters and these promoters, they know what they're getting themselves into when they sign these sanctioning deals with those organizations like the WBC. So it's like they can't do nothing about that because it's within their bylaws and committees. in their
Yep.
rules.
I
So
was gonna say one thing. You know, with the Povetkin case with Wilder, because I was listening to the debate not too long ago, the Ring IQ, and he went into about that thing. Was Povetkin removed from the WBC after he tested positive with for Osterine with Stavern scheduled fight, or
yeah,
was
he
it?
was suspended. Yeah, he was banned for 6 months. They removed him from the rankings.
So
That
Yeah,
after
dirty
the, it
motherfucker
wasn't
shouldn't
after
even
the
be
Wilder
thought
fight
of
then.
being in the
no, it was.
WBC.
Yeah, what happened with the Wilder fight with the Meldonian? This is what happened. The Meldonian situation was very unique, and I felt Povetkin was not telling the truth in that situation. That's just my belief. What happened was is that it was kind of strange how this happened. He tested positive for the drug, right? And it turns out that he was below the legal limit, but the rules stated the drug just got banned 3 months prior to him being tested positive for, right, that year. The rules specified, the WADA specified that that gets caught any athlete who has a legal limit, they are allowed to have the legal limit up to this point. I think it was around January.
2016.
Yeah, January 30th. Yeah,
2016. Yep.
January 31st, 2016. Right. So
Yep.
Povetkin still have to see anybody. So any athlete that gets caught after that, even if they have below the legal limit, they still fail the drug test. That's what happened to Povetkin. But now the strange thing about that is that okay, fine. I was like, okay, let's just take it as it is. Cool, if that's the case. I thought they were going to sort it out then. But because I was hoping the fight could still go on. But thing is that it turns out now that Dan Raphael reported that Povetkin had passed 3 drugs prior to the fact that he failed the Meldonian. Like he passed one and he passed one, then he failed another one. So how did the drug all reappeared after the 4th test, after the 3rd test? If he claimed that it was a
Well,
legal limit that was lingering for a long time. Yeah, I'm going back and
I
forth with all these guys who supposedly were scientists on YouTube, these uploaders. I don't know what I'm talking about. Okay, well, can you explain how the hell did he pass 3 tests and fail the 4th one? It was still lingering in the system. So you tell
Yeah,
me
that doesn't really make sense. When you're talking about Povetkin, you got to understand he has a lot of people backing him, like money wise.
yeah,
So
Russian,
it's
yeah.
yeah, Ryan Biscuit is a powerful billionaire. Yeah, those guys got
exactly,
a lot of money and they
and
win purse bids like up the yin yang. But yeah,
that's
the
why he
fact is,
won
yeah,
the case against Wilder because he probably, I mean, let's be real, he probably paid for like one of the best lawyers,
oh yeah,
and whatever happened. So
well they won an
Nah, he
appeal.
didn't really win the case. What
Yeah,
happened was the jury ruled that I think the jury or the judge ruled that the jury couldn't rule whether or not he was guilty or not. So
right, so he
I
got
think
proven
it's
not guilty. That's my thing. So technically, he won the case because it was proven not guilty, and they had to pay Ryan Bisky
no, they
back
didn't.
money
No,
for the
they
event,
didn't. They didn't pay him back.
4.3 million dollars.
Well, actually, that's incorrect, unbiased. What happened was Wilder's team were arguing to get paid for the damages. That's why they took them to court because of the training costs and all that stuff to get the fight going. They wanted
Yeah,
like his
they
team
had
to
to
be
refund
liable
them.
for that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Initially,
that's
they
what I
wanted.
just said.
Yeah. But you said that Wilder had to pay that back. He never got that money. That's what they were arguing about. So Povetkin and his team appealed that first decision by the federal court judge, before they could pay it out, and they won the appeal. So Wilder never got that money. He never did.
is he
So
still an ongoing case though? I
No,
heard.
yeah,
well, it might be.
it's still an ongoing case because it's still in the appeals process right now. You guys have to understand the appeals process, especially on a federal jurisdiction, that takes forever. It takes It takes time. It
All right,
doesn't.
Right, but my
Yeah,
one
whole
this
sec.
thing,
happens.
Can I say something?
hold on,
Yeah.
man. What was reported that is that Wilder's team paid out $4.3 million back to Ryan Binsky. I don't know if
Mm.
the appeal is still
Yeah,
going
I don't
on,
know how they paid
but
it out because they never got the money. I don't know how they pay
I
it
don't
out.
know.
This is what I want to say. If
Yeah.
if if he was proven not guilty,
Uh-huh.
does that mean he was innocent of
Hell no.
No, it doesn't necessarily mean he's
what his
innocent. It's
intention?
that they couldn't prove it. They just couldn't prove whether he took the drug or not. After it was banned, that's the whole problem. They couldn't prove it, so that's the reason why it goes back to my thing with the WBC initial ruling with Povetkin. They told him is that you know what? Okay, we can't prove the fact that you did consume the drug after it was banned. We can't prove it, but this is what we're going to do. We're going to remove your mandatory status. Okay, you'll still be ranked. You're going to pay out of pocket for the clean boxing program for a whole year, and we're going to closely monitor, you during that point. Okay, and you have to. You also, what else he said there? You have to fight if you want your mandatory status back. You have to fight in the final title eliminator. That's when they named remains to Vern. And they also told him is that we're still going to be looking closely into the Meldonian case because it's not a closed case yet. So if anything changes pertaining to your case, we're going to change our ruling against you.
So
So
for
that's
the
Right.
what they told him.
For the Maldonium case, one sec.
Mhm.
If you can't prove that it wasn't after the ban list, how do we know if someone says he was right or wrong? That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, that's the thing. We don't know, but the thing is that the fact is that me personally, they couldn't explain. His team couldn't really explain how the hell did you pass 3 drug tests and fail the 4th one if it was still lingering in the system. That makes no sense. That's what they
On
couldn't. Yeah, go
paper,
ahead. I'm back.
he's not on paper. He's not guilty.
But in my opinion, he definitely took it. Like, come on,
Yeah,
man.
I think he took
Like
that drug
Dan,
because it's just.
like
Go ahead, my bad.
yeah,
My bad, man.
like Dan just said, you can't pass 3 tests and fail the 4th. You know what
Yeah,
I'm
you
saying?
can't.
Right.
Logically that doesn't make sense. You know what I mean? And then not only that, after that they gave you another chance, and then you pop dirty again. Come on, man. You took like
Do
Yeah,
you
come
know
on.
when you say? Do you know when you say 3 tests? Do you mean three? You don't mean 3 samples. You mean 3 different tests, then
3
fail the
different
fourth.
tests. Yeah,
All
there were
right,
3.
all right, all right.
Yeah, he was randomly tested 4 or 5 times before he got caught. And for
Okay, all
that
right. That makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah, so this is where I was arguing. These dudes were harassing me about this shit, talking about you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. The Povetkin so-called fanboys back then, because they couldn't stand Wilder. They were just hoping that he was the Ivan Drago who can go out there and perhaps possibly kill Wilder. That's what they wanted. They thought Wilder was going to die against Povetkin. That's what they wanted him to do. But the fact
Yeah,
is,
yeah.
That's what they
you know,
wanted. That's what they wanted Miller to do to Joshua, man. Just a little bit of that.
yeah, that's true. It's a little bit of both. I
So
haven't seen anybody say they wanted him to kill Joshua, man. I'm gonna be fair.
what about Vada though? They were claiming that Vada threw away his samples. I don't know
Yeah, I
was
heard
that for
something.
us to.
Somebody said that. Someone said that, but I never read it. I couldn't even find anything that was actually true about that. I don't know who put that out there, but
No, I think
I mean,
that might be true. I don't know which one. I don't know if it's for the Ostarine or the Maldonium. Might have been for the Ostarine, but
probably for
I
the
think
Ostarine,
it was.
probably. But
I think was Dr. Margaret Goodman did I think admit something that Vada messed up with some of the samples because they did.
Hey, honestly, when it comes to guys with money, man, and Vada, sometimes I feel like they could be paid off. Like the Canelo versus Triple G, the rematch. I heard that Canelo didn't take the final test, like after the fight. So that's kind of weird. You know what I'm saying?
oh, he didn't. He didn't take a post-fight drug test.
Yeah.
Well,
That's
it
what
doesn't
that's what
surprise
was reported.
me. It doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't surprise me as a cash cow because Vladimir Klitschko never got tested after his fights. As a great fighter as he was, he never did. He only got taught. He never got tested randomly too. So that was very suspicious. I mean, from in that situation, on his part. So yeah. So you're a cash cow. You can manipulate the drug sanction bodies. I mean, I hate to say this, Floyd Mayweather did the same shit too.
But he
You
wasn't
know,
using Vado though. He was using
yeah, he was
placebo.
not using VADA. His
Hey, Dan,
results were covered up.
I'm gonna let
What's
y'all
up,
know
bud?
Dan does not like Floyd Mayweather. I'm just gonna let y'all know that.
Yo, can I say something? Because
Good.
we were talking
Yeah.
about the Povetkin case, but Raskla made a good point. Stavin, I remember he also tested positive, but how did him and Wilder still manage to have the rematch?
Wilder,
No,
you
okay,
said
no.
Laverne tested positive?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Stavin.
yeah.
Wow,
What's the
I
part?
wow.
didn't never heard he had tested positive before.
Yeah. He
Wow.
did. This is during the Povetkin fight. This is what happened with that situation. What happens was he actually got something over the counter. This was nothing that was distributed illegally or something like that, like Big Baby Miller did. All right. This is something over the counter you can get at the store, this, that, and the third. And it was some type of supplement that he drunk that was supposed to help him recover after workouts and stuff like that. It was from the store, somewhere in Russia, I believe. And then the substance that was contained in his system was illegal. And that's why they told Severn, okay. And they also deemed it not a threatening substance. Okay, as they didn't, well, not threatening substance. They didn't consider it as a performance enhancer. They considered it as an enhancer. I mean, not enhancer, as a substance that is life threatening in a way. So that's why they call it was banned. They kind of like dubbed it as similar to cocaine or something like that. Some shit like that. But that's why
So
they told. That's why they
how
let Severn the hook on that. But go ahead.
how did Stavin prove his story? I'm just saying, like,
Well,
I
he
can't
had
read the.
I think he showed them his receipts of what he bought, and this is what it had. This is what it came from the store. He had some records to prove that this was over the
I
counter
don't
that he
know,
bought.
man.
Okay,
It's
Yeah,
so
kind of
that
weird.
was
It gets kind of weird because like with Ortiz too, right? I mean, they kind of proved he didn't, I guess, take steroids, but it was a blood thinner or something like that. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I don't
yeah.
know,
What
man.
happened with Ortiz is that
It's
this
kind
is
of weird.
similar to the Tony. Yeah, it's very similar to the Tony Thompson thing with the David Price many years ago. Ortiz had he legitimately does have high blood pressure issues. All right,
Yeah,
what he
because he's
what he
68
failed to
years
do.
old, man.
Yeah, but what he failed to do, what he failed to do is that he did not disclose this in his forms when he signed up for the clean boxing program. He didn't disclose his medication. That was his error on his team's end. So that's
Yeah,
why they were able to.
that wasn't illegal. What he took was he just didn't disclose, like letting Vada
But
know
he did
that.
pop dirty for actual steroids
Oh,
before
that
too.
was
So
Yeah,
let's
that
after
was
twenty.
keep
that
that.
was the Coyote fight. Yeah, he was suspended for
Yeah,
that. He was banned for like
yeah.
what 6 months, eight
What year
months.
was
Yeah,
that? 2012 or 13?
Yeah, one
2014
of
when
them
it
things.
happened.
Was it
Yeah,
14?
that was after the Coyote. Yeah, that was after the Coyote fight.
Hey,
So
I don't mean to change topics, but you guys talked about Keith Thurman already.
Yeah, we
no,
talked
not
about
yet.
him. We talking
I
about
haven't watched the
he's
press
getting so much
conference.
hate, man. But what's your thoughts on Keith, man? Then we got to shut it down to that.
All right.
Yeah,
Yeah. I was just gonna say, man, Keith Thurman. Right now, he's gonna get hate because his last performance and the fact he's been inactive for all those 2 years. So right now is for me. It's like his proving. He needs to prove that he still got it. He needs to be Keith going back in time, Thurman, and go
nah,
back
that
to
ain't gonna
the.
happen, bro. That
Well,
ain't gonna
but
happen.
I
hold,
think
hold
Shit.
on,
Pacquiao
Dan.
can knock him out,
I,
man.
I'm just saying that's the Keith that we need to see for fans to be like, okay, now I could put some respect on Keith Thurman's name, and I could believe that he is a top contender again at welterweight.
Well,
But
yeah, I'm gonna
whatever,
just say
but
this.
unbiased. Whatever made you stop believing he was a top contender?
Well, I'm just saying. Look, I'm not saying I'm saying for the fans, but for me, I think he's a top contender.
I'm talking about, but who
I
gives a
just
fuck about the fans? Niggas in the fans ain't even got to
Damn,
go to
nigga,
the
why you got to
fight.
cuss like that?
That's how you do,
uh,
man.
Nah,
nah,
but think
I
about it though.
mean,
The fans, look, the fans. So these niggas so wishy washy, fam. Like it, any day, these niggas could be thinking a different fucking way. These niggas ain't in there throwing punches or none of this shit. Keith Thurman is
that's
still a
true.
top dog. As long as I got my channel, I'm gonna recognize him as a top dog.
I
And
think he's washed.
I know that Keith
I,
Thurman got the skills to beat anybody, and niggas but need to respect that.
Yeah,
Facts.
we respect him. We
I got Keith
respect him.
Thurman. I got Keith
Well,
Thurman beating Manny Pacquiao. Possible
I
TKO. That's
I
just
think
me. You know
Pacquiao
what I'm
knocks
saying?
him out.
So
no, I'm just saying though. To Unbiased's point, I just think that with the injuries and the long layoffs, I think Keith Thurman is not going to be the same fighter that he was. Yes, he's still a top
Hey,
fighter.
bro, ain't nobody gonna be the same fighter they was a year ago. But you got to think about it. Keith Thurman, y'all judging him based off of that Josecito Lopez fight.
Yeah, that's the point, though. He's since that fight, he's gonna be fighting Pacquiao, who's been all right, who's 40,
Man,
but who's been active. So all he's done is fight Josecito, and he was almost knocked out. Like he was literally out
yeah,
on
but
his feet.
Hamed, is you gonna get
What I'm
you?
trying to say, is this too soon for him? Shouldn't he? I thought he was
No,
gonna have another
hell
fight.
no. But why you can't give Keith Thurman credit? More
I
We
am
credit.
are
giving
giving
him
him
No,
credit.
credit.
let me let me but let me
I
tell
said,
y'all why y'all need to give him credit. Because
We do.
dude did
We'll
take
go,
a 22-month layoff.
that's
He
what I'm
did
trying to say.
hold up.
This
He
could be
did
too
have
soon.
surgery, Hamed. He
well,
had
he's not.
all of that.
That's the whole point, man. We just don't think he can compete the level that in a certain way that he did years
That's
ago.
what that's
Okay,
what I'm
so
trying to say. He
did you
said, "I'm
niggas go
gonna."
to doctor school for that?
He
Like,
said,
look,
"Look, Thurman
You niggas
out of
got
his
y'all
own."
doctoring? Cause shit.
One sec. Thurman out of his own mouth said this is gonna be the comeback year. Now he looks like he's cashing out with Pacquiao.
Comeback, a damn fighting Manny Pacquiao ain't no good comeback year fan fight.
But that's
oh
what he
man.
said out of his own mouth.
You said
Come
you
on,
said
man.
no. Hey,
Say, bro,
Dan,
y'all. Oh,
Dan
so
said
y'all just
no.
expect this nigga to just jump in there with Earl Spence after being out 22 months?
He said
Nah, look,
out of his own mouth.
I agree what IOTBA is saying. This
yeah,
is he did say that this is the comeback year, so I'm not expecting him to go in and jump in with Crawford, even though he said Crawford's team offered him a fight. You guys all know that, right?
he
No,
did
I
say
didn't
that.
know that.
He
What
did
would
say
you
Yeah,
that.
guys say if
Wait,
Pacquiao beats him?
hold on.
Because
Let's get this on record. You said Crawford's team offered Thurman to fight.
Yes, he
yeah,
said that at the press
Man, y'all
conference.
better
Yep.
put some respect on Crawford, bro.
yeah,
Y'all better put some respect on Crawford, bro. I
yeah.
don't want to hear the hate, bro,
I
on
don't know
Crawford.
why people look, man. I like Earl Spence and all, man. I know. Let me just get into the Crawford thing real quickly, man. Look, if he really believed he could beat Terrence Crawford, he would have taken that fight by now.
But
Let's be
bro, why
real.
the fuck would he take that fight this
He would
quick,
have taken
coming
that
back off
fight by
22
now, bro.
months?
let him
Dude,
finish, man.
Hey,
dog,
see,
you gotta let me.
hold on. I can't disagree with that because same thing, like with Deontay Wilder, man, niggas got to keep that same energy. When they
Yep.
talk about when
No,
he fighting
no.
Brazil, hold on real quick. When he fighting Brazil, nigga, I'm a killer. This nigga might lose his life in there. Then after the fight, they asked about AJ. Hey man, the head ain't meant to be hit. You know, we losing our lives in there. We gotta get the most money.
That's why I think AJ might knock him out, man. Wilder knows something
Oh
deep down.
shit.
Like,
Oh
Yeah.
shit.
I'm not lying.
See, I pay
I think
attention to
Wilder's
these
got.
niggas' energy. See, he ain't got
I
the
think
same energy
Wilder's
no
got the
more.
equalizer, but I don't think he's got the confidence that.
Keith Thurman
Probably.
is different though, fam. He's coming off a 22-month layoff.
What is your point, man? You keep saying.
What the fuck you mean, Hamed? You think if you was off 22 goddamn months, you gonna come back with the same defense? You gonna think you gonna be able to throw punches and be
Well,
as
When did
accurate?
I say that?
Hold
well,
the fuck up. You said
well,
what's my goddamn point? Let me
You
get
better
this shit
shut. Hey,
off. Shit. You think you gonna be able to come back 22 months, have the same defense? You gonna think your footwork gonna be the same? You think you gonna be able to take them punches the same after 22 fucking months layoff plus recovering from
So,
surgery?
hold on.
That's my fucking
so
point.
why you guys
Crawford.
picking Thurman then? That's my point. Pacquiao should knock him out.
How the
I'm
fuck
picking.
should Pacquiao knock him
Wait,
out?
hold on,
I'm
hold on,
picking
hold on,
Thurman.
hold on, hold on, real
No, let
quick.
me say, can I say something more?
Hold on, real quick though. Hamed, you said Pacquiao's gonna knock him out?
I think Pacquiao could knock him out because this is what I'll say.
Oh
One
my
sec.
god.
Thurman doesn't really, I don't think, hold the shot the greatest. He beat Danny Garcia and Sean Porter, but that was a couple of years ago when he was in his prime. And another
Y'all
thing
heard it,
is,
man. Hamed is picking Pacquiao for
another
knockout.
thing is, a layoff does matter. And
Let's bet some money, Hamed.
I reckon, all
Yeah,
right,
let's
no
put some money
worries.
on that, bro.
Let's bet some
Jeff
money.
Horn, I don't know about money, man. We're in two
Nigga,
Yeah,
different
all right,
you
then.
know what
All
it
right,
is.
then.
Can I?
Yo.
Hey, Horse,
Y'all call it pounds out there. You know what it is. Get them
yeah.
pounds ready.
Jeff Horn took some huge shots. Broner went into shell. Thurman, I thought Thurman was going to have about 2 or 3 tune-up fights. This is not a tune-up. I give him credit for getting back in the ring, but I don't think he's
This
going to
not
win
a
the fight.
tune-up fight.
Yo, but Hamed,
Boy,
yo,
this
but
is a
look,
get.
if you watch the
Say, hey, after Pacquiao
man,
last
look,
performance, if this ain't a get back fight, I don't know what the fuck you was looking at, Hamed.
that's what I'm saying
Pacquiao
because
won the fight.
when
Pacquiao won
when
like 10
Pacquiao
Hold
rounds.
he
on, real
did.
quick, RTBA. You consider this a tune-up fight for Keith?
No, I don't consider it no tune-up fight,
Oh.
Manny Pacquiao a legend. I just feel like it's a lower class fight than any other welterweight
Lower
Tune
fight
up.
right now.
class. Go on,
Tune
go
up,
on.
Yeah,
man. Come
It
on,
just
dude.
depends on
yeah.
what.
Robert, don't reward. It's a tune up.
Josecito to Pacquiao.
Let me just say this though. I kind of and slightly agree with IOT and BA, but I'm not gonna say it's a lower tier because maybe I'm not gonna disrespect Manny like that. But I'm gonna say Manny Pacquiao when he fought Broner, bro, there were so many openings
He was
for
old, yeah.
punches, but Broner
Broner
does
was a
not
top
throw.
10. Broner
But
arguably was a top
Keith
10
Thurman,
welterweight at the time.
Keith Thurman is going. Keith
Josecito
Thurman, like,
wasn't
Broner
even a
was a
top
what?
hold on,
50.
hold on. Wait. Keith Thurman versus Josecito Lopez. Before that 7th round, Keith Thurman was washing him.
yeah, he was.
Dropped him. He was washing him.
That
So
was
that Keith.
Josecito.
Yeah, I know, but look, I'm trying to tell you, yo,
Keith can't
Manny.
skate against Manny, bro. I'll tell you that. He can't
Hamed
skate.
No, he
ain't gonna
can't.
let
He
you
can't.
talk, fam.
Huh?
What?
I'm just saying in general, man. The punches that I could have seen Broner throwing that Manny was wide open for, he didn't throw. Keith Thurman gonna throw them punches. So we're gonna have to see how good Manny's chin is versus Keith Thurman's
We're
power. I
gonna
think
see
he'll
how
probably
we're
get
gonna
dropped.
find out how good Thurman's chin and reaction
What
and
you mean, bro?
reflections are.
Look how Pacquiao looked
22
against
months.
Thurman, fam. I mean, against
Yo, look,
Broner.
Pacquiao is not as good as he was, but this is not Crawford or Spence. This is a guy coming off a 22
What you
months
mean,
layoff.
bro? This
Has
dude,
had
man.
one
What you
fight and he went
mean?
life or death with
Bro, he in that
Josecito.
same upper echelon with
You
them,
say he went
fam.
life or death with who?
With
I thought,
Josito Lopez.
yeah, I
I
thought that
don't. I
was a
don't
close
agree with
fight.
that. He had
He
some
was
bad,
hurt
bad
bad.
rounds.
It was one round. It was one round,
That's what I'm
bro.
I
saying.
thought
I think he was
Josecito won
trying to make it
5,
look
arguably 5 rounds.
He said life or death with a little bit. Yeah,
You go like
he had a
Nigga,
life or death
Hamed
round.
crazy.
He had a life or death round though.
Man, I'm gonna say this though. I don't think
I
Keith
thought
Thurman, no
Lopez won
matter.
about 5 rounds.
I'm gonna say this. I don't think Keith Thurman, no matter if he gets better, can beat Crawford or
nobody
Spence.
can.
He could
Nobody
beat
in that
Crawford, bro.
division, Crawford.
But
The hype.
my point is this: even
But go
Manny
ahead.
at this stage is a top 5 welterweight. Well, however you rate the guys, he is still a top 5 welterweight. He's got a vision
Where?
of the WBA belt.
Where I'm gonna put him at?
No, well, you can put Crawford and Spence above him, but
I'm
he's
gonna
still a
put
top 5
Porter
welterweight.
above him. I'm gonna put Danny
Based
Garcia
on what?
above him.
Danny Garcia lost. But
What you
Peter
mean based on
I'm
Granato,
what?
putting Danny Garcia above the Pacquiao I seen against.
based on what?
Hold up, because you gonna let me talk? Okay, look, I'm basing it on this. The Manny Pacquiao I seen against Adrian Broner, who gonna throw one punch, maybe
He
2
won the
punches.
bloody
Hold
fight.
up,
Hold
if we
on,
lucky,
man. Hold on,
he'll
bro.
throw 3 punches. Come on, dude, Hamed. Stop letting your mind play tricks on you.
Danny Garcia lost to Sean Porter. Danny Garcia lost to
Yeah,
Thurman. What has he done? What
but
has he done?
Manny recently lost to Jeff Horn, bro.
Yeah, all right, that was 2 years ago.
Danny lost to Keith Thurman and Porter, and that's it.
And he hasn't
Manny,
beaten anyone at welterweight, really. If you
well, I'm just
wanna
saying,
reach.
in recent times, I'm not going to go in Manny's past. Manny obviously has a better resume, but I'm just saying, in recent
Manny
times,
lost to he lost to
Manny.
Mayweather fair and square, and
Hey,
the whole
Ahmed,
fight was controversial.
can I say something? I don't know. To me, guys, I'm not really clamoring for the Thurman and Pacquiao fight. I'm just being real, man. I just don't. I'm not too eager about it. I mean, it's an interesting fight, yes, but something part of me is just I'm not eager for it. I think because both men are on the slide, that's probably why I feel this way. Thurman's not the guy.
You said
Yeah,
Thurman on the slide?
yeah, he is. It's just he's not
I
the same
agree
guy.
with him.
Yeah, he's had too many injuries. He's had a 2-year layoff before he fought Lopez. I mean, he's not going to be the same impact or welterweight. Yes, he's still a
But
champion.
So
But
But
Dan,
Dan, that's why I'm intrigued. I think Pacquiao has a chance. Like, if Pacquiao fights Spence, that's not a good fight, man. Spence will beat him up badly. If he fights Crawford, both those guys could knock him out. Thurman could catch him. Obviously, Thurman, goes by
Whoa.
one
Hold
time.
on, Hamed. Nah. Hold on. So Thurman, the biggest puncher at welterweight, cannot knock out Manny Pacquiao. But
No,
Earl Spence and Crawford
I
can't.
just said he can, but Thurman could also get knocked
Okay.
out himself. I don't
Okay.
think the other two guys will get knocked out. They're in the prime. They've been active and they've been beaten
I
top
think
10
activity
welterweights.
definitely plays a major factor in this fight.
And they've been beating consistently top 10 guys in the weight class.
Wait,
Hey, so you guys,
wait, hold on. Who's been consistently beating top 10
Crawford,
guys?
that's more to do with Crawford, I'd say.
Okay, yeah, I was gonna say, hold on.
But even Spence beating Cal Brook, that was a top 10
Hold on,
welterweight,
let's
I'd say.
just call it. Let's keep it a stack. Crawford,
do you guys
yeah.
think that's why? You guys think that's why Keith Thurman turned down the Crawford fight?
Thurman
Shit,
cashed
nigga,
out, I reckon.
Yeah, hey.
If he
Crawford
fights
beat
another
me.
Josecito Lopez and gets knocked out, no Pacquiao fight then, innit?
Damn. So
Spence
who didn't turn
Hold on.
that?
So what you gonna do? So what you gonna do if you Keith Thurman? Is you gonna
take the Pacquiao fight.
Hold on. What you gonna do? Is you gonna take Crawford or is you gonna take Pacquiao?
Take the Pacquiao.
Pacquiao,
Exactly.
easy.
You know why? Because Crawford is boring. He can't sell nothing.
Wow.
What?
I ain't talking about there's no fighter. Not as no
This
fighter.
dude's a hater.
Not as a fighter. I'm talking about personality wise.
I mean, I can agree with that a little bit.
Not as a
I
fighter.
think-
He great as
I
a
think-
fighter. He
I
great
think-
as a fighter. I want that to be known. But personality wise, he sucks.
I think when it comes,
You could see the
comes to
same
the
with
media, I think when it comes to the media, he don't.
That
I think when it comes to the media, he don't put on for the media. But if you see how he gets at the fighters when he's face to face with them, it's very different. Like look at how he approached Spence. Remember when Ellie Setback was there with Spence?
But look, Ray, love, that's when you see the fighter. We want to see that shit building all up, leading to it.
Oh no, I'm not saying that he shouldn't do that. I'm just saying, like, I think Crawford, he puts on a mask when he's with the media.
Right.
And that's what's hurting him, fam.
Yeah, it is, because he definitely got a mean streak to him. I mean, did you see what all that shit he was talking about Thierry Jean after he beat him? Because Thierry Jean said some shit that he didn't like, but he didn't mention none of that in any interviews or anything leading up to the fight. Then the fight happened, and they were like, "We noticed you was like taunting him, and you was talking trash to him, and he definitely got a mean streak to him." And then remember what he did? Remember when he got arrested or something because of that car shop? So he definitely got a side to him that he ain't showing the media.
What was that?
Hey, can I ask everybody here what
Go ahead.
What PBC welterweight didn't turn down a Crawford fight? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
The ones he already fought.
You don't want to get ITB's fight.
The ones he already fought.
Question. Let me ask him this question. After Spence gets through Porter, which is now has been reported they are going to make that fight after all. Let's say if he does,
what's the source?
It's Fox. And it was actually reported.
For?
Hold on. Well, it was reported. Wait, hold on. It was reported by Coppinger. He's the one who reported it. That they're actually going to work.
What date?
They're targeting. They're targeting.
What date did he report this?
He reported this 2 days ago.
That the
No,
fight.
when's the fight? When the
Okay, so
fight?
what's the
What?
date set for when the fight? Because he said he's not fighting in August. So what
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
October?
They're going to move it back to. Let me get the actual tweet, the report from Mike Coppinger. He said that they're actually working it out for August 3rd.
he
Is there
just said, but
pay-per-view?
why would he come out on? Why
Let me
would he
take
go
that
on
back.
social media and say he's not fighting in August? And then you
No,
see
no,
him
no.
in August.
Let me read it. The court. I'm going to read it. This is for verbatim. This is word for word. Sources. For Mike Coppinger, he says, look, the welterweight title unification bout between Errol Spence and Sean Porter, which is originally penciled in for August 3rd in Brooklyn, is moving to a new date in the fall, late fall, summer and fall. As always, lots of moving parts of PBC dates. More likely, it's going to be on PBC Fox on Brooklyn that night. So they're still working on the fight. More likely, it's going to happen in the fall.
So is it going to be later than August or before August?
He's saying the fall, so the
It's
fall
He
gonna
says
is
in the
be
fall.
later.
October,
It's gonna be later. I'm pretty
October,
sure it's
November,
not gonna
December.
be September because Canelo owns
Yes,
September.
and he fights in September, so that's his date. You can't compete with that.
So you mean to tell
Yeah.
me we're not going to see a Porter versus Spence fight till the
Hey,
fucking
you think
fall, bro?
PBC that arrogant to try to compete with that?
I don't know why they
No,
would do
that's
that. That's
stupidity.
suicide.
No, but
That,
Canelo just fight 1 week out of the month. They could still fight in September, just another week.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah,
Danny
that is
Garcia
true.
and Sean Porter fought in September just before
I
Golovkin
can
and
see if he
Canelo.
was fighting a Mexican, but
Yeah,
Spence ain't
you
Yeah,
you
fighting a
make a
Mexican.
good point, ILTBA, because
yeah,
if he's looking to fight pay per view and Canelo is not fighting pay per view anymore, then you're right. He
yeah.
could
That's a
still
good
fight in
point. Yeah,
September.
yeah.
I
I,
didn't think about that.
Yeah,
I thought that
he made
fight
a
was
good
off
point.
pay-per-view.
Yeah, yeah, he made a good point. This is probably the only time I agree with IOTB on this one. But
Damn,
yeah,
just one time?
that's right. I give him some credit, dog.
Dan, you got to give ILTBA some respect,
People
man.
was
I respect the
fooling,
dude.
man.
Strong opinion, but we all agree to disagree. But yeah, but I want to ask him this question though. Let's say Spence does get past Porter, which he's expected to do slightly. If he does get past
No,
him,
Crawford ain't next. No, I know that
why
where you're
not?
going. Nope.
Why not?
Because you know why? Because he on the other side of the street.
Oh
And
Oh,
man,
look,
get out of here.
hold up. Another reason why we know how PBC operates. If they won't even fight the niggas with Dan,
Mm.
why the fuck you think they gonna make a fight with Terrence Crawford?
well, wait. Let me ask you this then: how did
Wow.
and Joshua fight get made? Because Ruiz fights on the PBC and he's
But you
fighting on
got
his
to
own.
understand though, that's what they like to do. They like to throw sacrificial lambs. They
Mm.
did this
That's true,
before.
man.
They
That's
throw
true.
sacrificial lambs. They
Far, that's
don't
a good
give up
point.
their big piece.
Felix
Because you got to
Diaz,
understand, bro, he advises them.
Yeah, that's
He ain't
true.
he ain't
Charles Martin.
come on,
Yeah,
man. We know what Ruiz is there for. He there to replace that cheating ass motherfucker in Gerald Big Baby Miller. That's it. And
yeah.
much respect to Ruiz, because he finna get his check. And also, I'm going for Ruiz. I hope he become the first Mexican heavyweight champion. That's like pigs flying. It ain't gonna
Right.
happen, but I hope
Okay.
so.
But let me ask you this: why can they do? Okay, you say Crawford's on the other side of the street. Why can they do a co-promotional network deal for the fight like it's been done before?
Because you got to understand, like Crawford needs to get on his promoter ass too, because Bob Arum play a big part in this too. He went on national TV on a pay-per-view fight, and he told everybody to boycott PBC. See, now when you do stuff like that, then you telling everybody not to go to their fight. So if I'm Al Heyman of PBC, why the fuck would I instantly want to do business with this man right here when he just told the world to boycott us? Come on, let's be honest.
All right, so you're saying that the PBC should keep all their fights in house and not do clone
No,
network deals? Is that what you're saying?
I'm not saying that. I'm saying this right here. The way PBC been doing what they doing. Look, it ain't me. It's PBC. I'm the
Okay.
one who said that they won't even fight their fights. They won't even make fights with fighters within their own goddamn company. So how the
All
fuck
right.
do
That's
we
true.
expect? Nigga, look at this. Listen to me, Dan. Earl Spence
What's up?
ain't even fought now one of them niggas yet. But look. But Adrian Granados, he fought Danny Garcia and Sean Porter.
You're right.
Come on,
Okay.
fam.
I hear
They
you,
don't
dog.
make fights with them. Look at Gary Russell Jr. Look how that black man and Al Heyman is doing that black man and Gary Russell Jr., who is professional and he do everything the right way. He can't even get a fight with Leo Santa Cruz, fam.
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying that's true, but at the same time, do you think they should attempt to make the fight at least because they're not showing any signs of even trying to even talk and negotiate?
Of course, they should attempt to, but
Okay.
look. If I'm Earl Spence, why would I attempt that fight first when I got big fish over here to fry that I ain't even Fried shit.
Well, he did. Earl did say, "If you got a belt, I'm coming for you." Because he did call out. He did call out Jeff Horn when he won that title. He did want
Hey,
that
Then he
fight.
went quiet.
hey, and
Yep.
that's
Then when
cool.
Crawford
Earl
picked up
did
that
say
belt,
that.
he was
You
quiet.
100% right. He did say that, and that's cool. But at the end of the
No, it
day,
ain't.
it's still on the
Why is
PBC
he
side.
fighting lightweight, not Crawford? Come on,
Uh-oh.
bullshit. Cut the crap.
Oh,
Why
Well,
is he
shit.
taking
well,
on
that's it.
lightweight?
Hold up,
But
what
look,
the hell you say, homie?
hold on.
He on your head
Look,
today,
it's
Hey, what the
PBA.
hell,
it's
homie say?
He said,
He
cut
said,
the crap, bro.
hey,
I was
but
playing, man.
hey,
Homie, explain yourself, sir.
I was playing. I was playing. I was joking. And what I was saying was, come on, man. Look, the guys fighting guys like Mikey Garcia. Okay, it was a brand
Okay,
builder
yep,
fight,
you sure right.
but
Hey, look, Bob, why we ain't put no blame on Bob Arum for telling them to boycott PBC? So we just gonna let that fly up under the rug?
nah. You got a point there. You got a point there. You don't
Bob Arum
insult,
is the
You do.
king.
That old
but
ass
you
Well, hold
don't.
motherfucker go too far
You
sometimes.
can't insult. You can't insult the man and want to do
That you
business
trying to
with
do
him.
business with, yeah.
Well,
Exactly.
let me
Well,
say this, guys. Can I say
yeah.
something? Say something real quickly. Real quickly. Bob Arum insulted Don King many times in the past, and
So,
he's still done
so
business
what? So
fights.
what?
So
That
Right,
what?
was
I
back
agree.
then. This is
Look,
Yeah,
now.
come
Dan,
on,
I
man.
know. Dan, I agree with you. Like we
Yeah,
all know, Oscar De La Hoya sued Bob Arum, yet he still made Lomachenko versus Linares. Like
yeah,
they'll still
exactly.
work.
So
They'll still work together.
Hey, you know
But
about sacrificial lambs, right? Sometimes you got to look. Oscar De
that
La
ain't
Hoya,
sacrificial lamb, man.
well,
Come
I'm
on,
gonna
Lenar's.
let me
man.
hold
Look,
on.
bro. Look.
Let me
No,
just say
no.
this.
Hey,
Hold on,
look.
IOTBA. I'm gonna help you. I'm not helping.
No,
I'm gonna
hold
just
up.
say this.
Listen real quick. Let me
This is
listen
in
real
your
quick.
favor.
Hold up,
All
hold
right.
up, hold up, hold up. Sometimes a lot of promoters be doing a lot of hoping and a wishing and a wishing and a hoping. Look, De La Hoya
this
only
dude is
hope.
funny.
Look, you had to take. Look, Hamed. Look. Look, De La Hoya had to take that chance with Linares. He had to believe because in boxing, right, sometimes you got to take chances. Put Linares in there
When
with
PBC gonna
Lomachenko
start taking chances, bro.
to try to
Yeah.
bring that belt back over this side, but Linares couldn't get it done. De La Hoya
But
was
that was
hoping
a
in the
big fight, didn't it?
Wait,
look.
hold on. Hey, Horseman, can I ask? You said something there. Why, if PBC, I mean, don't you think there's them sending Ruiz over to fight Josh, or don't you think that's a chance?
Didn't he just tell you
No,
sacrificial lamb
No,
already?
sacrificial
I'm
no,
lamb, bro.
nah.
You
But
think
Dan,
that's a sacrifice?
it's kind of like Felix Diaz being sent to Crawford. Like
I
And
that's
feel
John
like
that's
Molina.
a
John
this
Molina.
was the
and
thing.
yeah, John Molina. Like that's a sacrifice.
I disagree with that because
I feel like,
let
to answer your question, Dan, I feel
I,
like they
I'll go.
have favoritism for certain fighters on PBC,
I
and they're
agree.
not willing to they're willing to protect those guys, but guys that are not their most favorite, they'll send them over there like sacrificial
Oh,
lamb.
that's
Hey,
how
but
they do.
In Spence's defense though, Mikey Garcia was a big fight for him because that's a Mexican. I know people
Yeah,
don't want to hear this,
Mm-hmm.
but that's a Mexican.
You
He
got the
was
bag.
coming up in the weight in history. We've seen fights like that with
And he
Duran
was
versus Hagler.
undefeated. And he was
yeah,
He was
undefeated.
undefeated. He was on a pound for pound list.
Hmm.
So
yeah.
those things stacked up. Of course, people are going to want to see that. So that's a money
Right.
fight for Spence. I get it. That's why he did it.
No,
Yeah,
But
no,
I'm
I,
biased. Yeah, let me say, can I say something real quick? I'm biased
Go,
about
go.
the Felix Diaz thing. I disagree with you on that one because Felix Diaz actually was coming off a very tough fight against Lamont Peterson.
He won
Arguably, he
that to
won
me.
that fight.
He won that
Yeah,
fight.
yeah, arguably he
I
won
thought he
that fight.
won too. I thought he
Yeah, he
won.
won that fight, and he took the O away from Sammy Mexican I Can Vasquez, who was
Yep.
an upcoming prospect at the time. So many
Yep.
people thought that Crawford was actually going to get a tough fight against Diaz because this is a guy who had a great amateur background and an Olympic gold
He
medalist.
was, yeah,
They,
gold medalist. Yep.
yeah, they thought Crawford was going to get a very, very difficult fight, and credit to Crawford, he made that fight look
changing
easy.
the sparring
Yeah,
session.
he did, and
So
then Santana went and destroyed Felix too. So it just made the win not look that great. That's all I'm
yeah,
saying. Like Felix Diaz at the time where Crawford fought him, yeah, people were like, yeah, he's a bigger welterweight because people were saying he was big for the
yeah, he was.
welterweight division.
I don't judge fights like that.
So
When someone beats, you gotta look at it at the time he fought him. He was highly touted. Like once Crawford
Yeah,
beat him, you don't know what's left in the guy.
exactly. Yeah,
exactly,
exactly.
exactly.
Low place thinks Adonis is like the greatest of all time. But when he beat Chad Dawson, you gotta take into fact the guy who just coming off a bad loss to Ward, cut weight, and then
Right.
that takes a
But
toll on some people.
Stop
my
it,
whole thing is
Hamed. Now
like,
you stop the
guys,
crowd.
Guys like hold on, but like John Molina getting sent over there, like those guys are just sacrificial
Okay,
lambs.
that was a
That's like
sacrificial limb. Yeah, I agree with you
that's
on
like
that one.
Al
Molina
Heyman.
had no chance in that fight. He
Yeah,
had
that's
no
just like
business.
That's like Al Heyman, like, okay, you could go over there. I don't care because you're not a star over here. But in Earl Spence's defense, again, if you look at the playing field, he has all of the pawns on his chessboard. He got Manny Pacquiao, he got Thurman, he got Danny, he got Porter. All of those fights will collectively make him the A side, which we all know that's what he
And who
wants to
turns
do.
But
Crawford got? Who turns Crawford
Bob
got? Hold up, I'm biased. Who turns Crawford got?
Collado.
He got maybe
But
Kell
niggas
Brook.
Nobody. Just tell you, nobody.
You got everybody ducking.
Well, technically everybody's ducking him, and that's my opinion. I don't think they want to fight him.
Nobody ducking him, bro. Stop it.
Niggas stop.
They don't
Whoever steps in the ropes in the fight against Crawford, they're not gonna walk out the same man after that.
That's true.
He
That's
changes
true.
back
Bro,
career.
stop
He
playing.
does. Let me stop playing. Look at Gamboa. What happened to Gamboa after that
Man,
fight?
stop it, bro.
Well,
Gamboa was a
Gamboa
little
was
fighter
always
coming
chinny,
up.
though.
Nah, he
Gamboa
wasn't
was a
always
little
that chinny.
fighter.
He
But
Hold up.
destroyed him, man.
Nigga,
He
hold
dropped
up.
till a
Damn, you
fighter.
said what about Gamboa? Can I answer it?
go ahead, nigga.
Gamboa was a little fighter coming up off a long fucking layoff. Stop it.
Michael Garcia.
He just fought Perez, man. What are you on about?
He fought Darlis Perez and then got that belt, the interim belt. But also, people say that about Crawford, but I don't necessarily agree with that because look at Victor Postal. After Crawford beat him, he went on and fought Josh Taylor and gave him the toughest fight of his career, in my opinion. Almost knocked
That
him
was
out.
closer than the Branch.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's closer than
exactly.
the judges scored it. Yeah, Josh Taylor did win the fight, but I thought it was a lot closer. But I mean, Postal hasn't quite done anything after that fight. Let's be real; he hasn't really done anything. So, the
But
point
who
is
is
that a
these
lot of
guys though? Y'all speaking of he beaten and come on, man.
Felix Diaz hasn't been the same after that fight.
Felix
Gamboa,
Diaz. Oh, whoop-de-doo. Felix
Jeff
Diaz.
Horn. I know, not saying Jeff Horn is a great fighter, but he hasn't been the same after that fight. So let's be real.
And Dongo.
Dongo obviously hasn't been the same.
So if I could say that, can we say the same thing about Earl Spence and the people he fight?
Yeah, but who did he beat that was like?
No. I'm not trying to hear that shit.
Well, we
No,
have
you
to
said
see.
the
We have to
same
see.
shit.
Hold on.
Hold up. I'm asking you a direct question.
Allah, let me answer. I got a good answer.
Can we say the same thing about the people who Earl Spence fight?
Yeah. In a degree you can, but when he fought Cal Brook, he wasn't really the same. So
there you go.
That's kind of true.
Well,
look,
to be fair, Kell Brook was coming off a loss against Golovkin, man. You can't tell us that fight with Golovkin didn't change Kell Brook. It did. It did.
Man,
it did, bro.
Man, Kell Brook was
it
beating
changed
Golovkin.
him. Come on, man. What's up?
Kell Brook was giving Golovkin a little trouble early.
Hey, but IOTBA, Kell Brook asked for 2 medical extensions, so he wasn't ready. He wasn't ready for
Kell Brook asked for medical extensions because he was trying to avoid that monster down in Dallas.
But we have
Kell Brook did the same thing Mikey did, man. He ducked the smoke in his real weight class to go get fucking his head beat in the highway class.
Man, that was a money thing for Kell Brook right there, man.
Same thing.
Now, let me say this. Right? Here's the thing, because the one thing that kind of bothers me, man, about the fact that people give Crawford heat for fighting Gamboa, a small dude. But
no, I don't give him no heat. I'm just saying, call a spade a spade.
What's up?
And also, Mikey does Gamboa.
Gamboa was, I think, a 3-division champion. So
they was in the same weight class.
Yeah, they were.
Mikey Garcia ducked him. Mikey Garcia ducked him too.
He didn't duck him, bro. That was because of the problems with Bob Arum.
No, but how could you say Gamboa was small when he actually he was small in stature, but
Gamboa was smaller than Crawford, bro. You know that.
Yo, but
he was
smaller.
That ain't even no argument, Hamed. Stop it, bro. I know you like Crawford, but come on now. Let's stop making that an argument.
What I'm trying to say, there wasn't a disparage of 2 or 3 weight classes.
Hamed, Gamboa was smaller than Crawford, bro. And
so was Garcia against Spence.
We talking about
so was Garcia against Spence.
Talk about how Lil Gamboa hurt Crawford.
He did.
Come on. You gotta stop with that one.
Hey, but IOTBA, but hold on, IOTBA. Let me say this: Mikey Garcia got dropped by Rocky Martinez. How come Spence couldn't even drop him?
I'm
gonna tell you why. Because guess what? I think hold up. That fight, I think, with Rocky Martinez. I didn't go to that fight. I wouldn't even cover. I was just a in the boxing. I didn't even go to that fight. It was down here in Dallas, Texas. I think that was the fight against Rocky Martinez. Correct me if I'm wrong. That's when Mikey came in and lost his belt on the scale, right?
I think it was Orlando Salido because he got dropped in that fight, I think. Didn't Salido?
I know that fight down here. So I don't know if
Salido dropped him.
That was the fight Mikey fought at the American Airlines Center down here. and he lost his bet on the scale. I'm not sure. So if I'm wrong, just tell me if I'm wrong, people in the chat, if y'all know. But he came in there overweight, fam. Remember, Mikey was sick or something was
Yeah,
wrong with him.
he couldn't make that weight, man. He was struggling to get down there. In fact,
No,
he
something was wrong with him, like he was sick or something.
That's
Like
that's the
he
defense
probably
as to why Spence could not. What's your defense of why Spence couldn't knock him down
no,
though?
no, 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 no. He asked me why did Rocky Martinez knock him down, and
Uh-huh.
Spence could knock him down.
Uh-huh.
Listen, bro, boxing is so fucking tricky, fam. Let me tell you, boxing is a
But that's a
dangerous
good point
sport.
that you
Oh,
just made,
okay.
LTBA, because you know why? Y'all talk about how Crawford got rocked. Well, at a lower weight, a weight that you really shouldn't be at, you can get hurt quicker, right?
yeah, that's true.
Yep.
So,
Because you're
Yep.
drained.
but you look at Crawford when he went up in weight, ain't nobody buckling like that.
Yeah, but
Nope.
That's what
the
I think.
thing is, Gamboa had a fight at lightweight. Yeah, Mikey had never fought a welterweight, and he
At
still
welterweight,
went
that's
with
a
the
good
That's true.
point.
distance.
True.
That's what I'm trying to see. Like, there was a disparity of weight and
So
Spence.
140 ain't considered. I mean,
No, it's not. No,
No,
don't
hey,
say
no,
that.
Nah,
Yeah,
hold
that's
nah,
up,
a
nah,
Gamboa.
don't
no,
say that
Did
nah,
shit.
Gamboa?
bro.
Oh, so Gamboa had a fight before he fought Crawford? I can't remember.
Yeah, he
He
did.
did, yeah.
He fought
He
Perez
fought
at
though.
Donis
lightweight at
Perez.
135,
Yep.
not 140. The weight class
But
before.
yo,
You
but
said
back,
Gamble had a
and
fight at 140 before he fought Crawford.
No, he had to fight
no
at
135.
135. That was
135. No,
Charlie
I'm
Yeah,
saying
Perez.
Mikey fought at 140, not 147. That's what I'm trying to
Yeah,
say.
that's
yeah,
That's
totally
what I
two
yeah.
said.
different weight classes,
140,
bro.
bro.
Hold on, but that Mikey fight, he fought at 135. That was his last fight before he fought Spence. So
Yeah, that's
Yep.
the
That's
point. That's the
true.
point.
come
So
That's
on.
true.
what?
Oh
Me
shit.
so what?
Come on, you gotta keep the same energy because you were
I've
saying
given
that
No,
you
hold
your
up. No, no, you
biases.
talking about Shane. You talking
you was
about
talking
that
about
was the
how little
same.
Mikey
But so
was, and
what,
everybody
bro?
else was saying he was going up one weight class. You was like, no, he going up two.
No, I had said no. I said he had fought at 140 before.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
but you trying to
when
compare 40 to 147 as if it's
No, I
comparable.
know,
It's
but
not, bro.
what I'm saying, he fought at 140 before.
Well,
Imagine
Cal
if he
Brook
Okay.
came up
fought.
2 weight
Cal
classes,
Brook
But
but
he
bro.
had
his
fought.
last fight before he fought Spence, he had fought at
Which is a fact.
135
That's a
last.
fact, Black Horseman.
Cal.
we
I ain't on here to discredit facts. That's a fact. But what I'm
we
saying is also a
understand
fact.
what Hamed says that he never fought at 147 before he fought Spence. He never had a fight there.
That's
That's what
right.
That's
he's
what I'm
saying.
trying to see.
Okay, we can say the same thing about well, that's a bad analogy, but
American. You can say
no,
same
no,
about
no, no.
What's
American
I
and
ain't
Cal
gonna
Brook.
even use that analogy. But I'm gonna
that
say
Let's
Cal
it's
say
Brook
been other
fought?
everybody got
fighters.
stretched that went up two weight classes except
Cal
for
Brook
Mikey.
had a
Mikey
fight at
survivor, man.
150, but that
Mikey
don't
got a
count.
hell of a
Fair fight.
chin or something in the water, man.
What the fuck you trying to say, Black Horseman?
What you mean? I'm saying he the only nigga that survived that went up two weight classes.
No, I'm
He
just
went the
saying what you
distance.
talking about. What you mean? Something in the water?
And maybe the water that Mikey drinking. He must got that shit from Fake Jack.
Yeah, it's a snack.
Yeah, snack juice,
Hey,
man.
But he should
look,
fight.
J Rock.
That fight shouldn't be made between.
Hold up. Look, I know J Rock said he want to do VADA testing and shit 3 months, and people trying to make that a big deal. But nigga, you working with an ex cheater. Look, I don't give
Nah,
a damn
Victor
what.
man.
That's
Conte.
true.
Yo, you
I don't
That's
can't
true.
put that.
Shit.
Dan. Look, niggas want to try to throw shade at Earl and shit. Why they ain't throwing shade at all them snack fighters?
That's
They
kind of
working
true
with a
though.
proven
A little
That
fucking
is
bit.
kind
felon.
of true. That is
So
kind of
Kind
once
of
again,
true.
when you bring that up, does that mean that VADA has some bias to snack fighters? Because once again, Willie
I
Monroe
don't
was a
know.
snack. Hold on, Willie
Victor
Monroe.
Conti. I know all
Real
about
quick.
this.
Let me make this point. Willie Monroe was a snack fighter, and he
Yeah,
popped.
he
Remember?
got caught.
Ooh,
So
that's a
we
good
But
can't.
point.
he wasn't with Victor
If you're gonna
Conti.
throw snack under the, but you gotta why is VADA popping one of their fighters then? If it's really
That's
about VADA
No.
getting
and
that's
cracked.
true.
Look,
That's true.
look.
and another thing I want to say
Hey,
real quickly. Vada's actually working Victor Conte. He's actually their
that's
consultant.
fine. And
So
Victor Conte is also a dude who can put all different type of potions together, mix them hoes up, and they come to
Yo, you
invisible
just making
clear.
stuff up, man. You have no idea what you're
And they
No,
can.
talking
no,
about.
I'm not making it
Hey,
up. My man, that's fact.
You kind of going hard at our TBA.
yeah, you
Hold
are,
up,
bro.
my man. Hold up. Let me holler at Hamed. How the fuck am I
Oh
making that up
shit.
when that's facts? What
100.
the fuck I'm saying?
You brought up his past, like
Are you
since then.
goddamn right? I'm breaking up his
Listen,
past.
let me bloody finish the point. You brought that up, like you tried to denigrate Vada. Since then, Vada have been working with him, and he's worked with Vada, and
No,
he's on a thin line. The guy has, he's trying to help out Vada and the sport
is he?
by
Is he?
But
sport.
our
Oh, okay.
TBA, you
There's
don't
actually
think that
Is he?
you don't think this man
One
has
sec.
learned?
Warner's Marty Rosen, one of Zach's clients, said he worked with him, and the first thing he did was what he does with fighters is try and see if they're on anything. So the guy is not obviously he's not trying to cheat. The guy's already got a
I mean, how about Hamid? He could try to see what you're on, so he could kind of mask it. I'm just saying.
No,
I'm
he
just.
said.
So
I'm
do
just
that.
what's
saying.
wrong with Hamid?
No,
So
you
Hamid,
didn't let me
okay,
finish what I'm
Hamid.
saying.
Hamid, okay,
He doesn't
Hamid. Hold
work
on,
with
Hamid.
people if
Wait,
they're on
Can
something.
I talk now?
the
So
defense
Hamid,
of
so you
what I say.
want to?
Go ahead, B. I'm
So this what Hamid, telling me, UGC. This what he telling me. He want me to give a convicted felon the benefit of the fucking doubt.
I didn't say
You
that,
should.
Victor.
That's what
I'm
the fuck
saying.
you basically
I'm
saying.
saying. I'm saying.
Can I
Well,
say something,
let
man?
me before
Yes.
you go, Dan. Before you go, Dan,
Uh,
let me say this to LTBA. I mean, you act like this dude didn't serve his time. This
No,
guy.
no.
Let me just say this. So he served his time. You're not really giving him the benefit of the doubt that maybe he has learned and he's using his knowledge of knowing about these
To
different
help out
PDs to help the sport.
Okay.
And then let me also say this too, though. Like,
But he's not VADA. He doesn't do the test. The VADA are their
Vada
own
does
entity.
do the testing.
That's what I'm
So
trying to
it's like
say.
you're not
Can
giving him
I
the
ask you
benefit of the
something?
doubt, whereas these other
Is
guys
Victor
that's
Conte?
possibly
Would y'all
dirty.
consider him one
Hold
of the
on,
most
hold on, real quick.
influential man when it comes to like medicine and
well, can I?
I'm not going to disagree with you, but before Dan go, it's like
Uh,
he did time, whereas these other guys is doing PEDs. They literally can kill somebody in that ring and they getting suspended.
yep.
Like the guy
Yeah.
that
Can I say something
Marquez
in
and
defense
Tim
of
Rugby
Ahmed
had.
though? Ahmed,
Go ahead.
to kind of further elaborate Ahmed's point. First of all, Victor Conte is on thin ice right now. He's under a
so
federal pro. Believe it or not. Believe it or not. If he thinks he can go back to doing
so
what he used to do back in the day, he is done. He's not going to
so.
risk that. What do you mean? So he's not going to risk
Like
I
that don't
said
matter
so.
though.
So you think he's stupid enough to go in there and risk that?
Yeah.
Oh,
Bro,
What?
but look at the
Damn.
fighters he's worked with. Look at the fighters he's worked with. Like
Hey,
the
niggas who
guys he
said,
worked
"Oh,
with.
you thought, okay." He said, "Do you think he still was Big Baby Miller was finna make $6
well,
million
how do you know he
dollars?"
worked with Big Baby Miller? How do
Hold
you know he
up,
worked
bro.
with it?
Hold up. Damn, can I get my point off, Dan? He was
Okay.
gonna make $6 million, and he rather take some fucking rat poison than do it the shit the right way.
He wasn't
That's kind
even
of
with.
true.
Well, wait,
He wasn't
well,
even
wait,
with.
And he was an ex-ped user, so he took the
are you
risk again.
comparing? Wait, you
But
comparing Big
we
Baby
talking
Miller
about
to?
a we talking
No,
but
I'm
what
comparing
Really?
Gerald
cheaters.
Miller ain't
No,
did
no,
no
no.
Cheater
What I'm doing
fighters.
is I'm
Gerald
not
Miller
comparing
ain't
the situation. I'm comparing cheaters because the situations are different. But at the end of the day, they are all cheaters.
That's kind
For
of
sure.
true.
But that's
Well,
a bad
but
comparison,
hold
man.
on, but I would say this
I
though. This
agree.
is the hold on. Can we all agree that this is the first time that he has suffered consequences for that in the sport of
Yeah,
boxing? Miller.
I agree. He
So
is. It,
go
yeah.
ahead, go ahead,
Go
go
ahead.
ahead.
I want to say Horace. Yeah, real quickly. I'm just saying. I just can't figure out how can you compare Victor Conte to Big Baby Miller. I just don't
Because they are
Exactly.
understand.
cheaters, bro. Situations are different, but they both are cheaters.
Right.
You
That's
But
a
understand
once
bad
that,
again,
cheaters?
comparison.
Miller
Am I speaking Spanish?
Wait, hold up,
But
hold
this
up.
is the first time Miller got popped for it. Any
Listen,
consequences
Right.
that ever come
no,
to him.
okay. Listen to what I'm saying.
Well,
He
then
said
he got kicked
no,
out of the
no.
Kickboxing.
I'm talking about sport of boxing.
Dan
Oh,
said to
okay,
me,
yeah.
but Dan said to me, Victor Conte's on parole, this and that. You think this dude will take that chance again? And I said, yes.
Why
Why you
would
say
it?
that, bro? Why you say that?
But
Wait.
because, listen, bro, as smart as Victor Conte is, I'm not gonna get that. Look, everybody deserves a second chance. So he getting this a second chance. But you telling me I shouldn't be kind of looking at this dude and look crazy when I know he could mix some potions up and make it look like clear stuff and undetectable?
Can I
So how do
rebuttal
you
to
once
that?
again how do you explain Willie Monroe then? Because
Willie
he's a snack fighter.
Willie
Listen,
Monroe wasn't
hey,
working with him though.
hold up.
Wait,
I
someone
know.
look.
And look,
Gabriel Montoya. Wait today. I follow Gabriel Montoya, who's quite close with Vada, who knows his PDs and that. And he said Willie Monroe was not even in his gym, was in somewhere
Yeah,
else.
I bet they will
So
say that. Because,
no,
Willie Monroe ain't
yo,
the
you're just
fighter.
making. Let me finish what I said. So Victor Conte, the guys he's worked with since whatever you saying, he was a felony. None of those guys have tested positive. Look, Ward, he worked with Ward, worked with Porter. Look, if these guys go on to do something when they're not working with him, then that's on them. But
Oh, okay.
when he's worked with these guys, none of these guys have tested positive.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
That's kind of
Let's
true.
That's not opinion as well.
let's
That's a
just
fact.
do the defense rest?
What do you mean defense rest? So you're
Oh,
trying
okay.
to
So
convict you trying to accuse a man for conjecture,
no,
man? What
no,
are you
no.
talking
He
about?
gonna bring up Willie Monroe. Oh, so
Okay.
let's talk about Willie Monroe. Wasn't that just probably the start of something? So you niggas talking about Not this, but Willie Monroe was working up under him. I don't want to hear that
Willie
shit.
Monroe left him and
Hold
done
up,
that.
bro. Hold up, fam. I don't want to hear none of that.
But
I
hold
don't
on,
want. Hold up. I don't
but
want to
hold
hear
on,
none of
but
that.
before you make your point,
Hold up.
PBA, real quick,
Can I
before
get
you make
out?
your point, yeah, but you've been talking. Let me make my point because
Talking
the
to
whole
him.
thing about it is it's one thing to put Victor Conti in the hot seat, but now you're throwing Vada in the hot seat. So let's
No, I
Yeah,
talk
didn't.
about
exactly.
No,
Monroe.
I didn't. I didn't speak
Hold
not
on.
one
That's what I'm
You
time
saying.
on
you
Vada.
said something about like the potions and shit that he can come up with, but
That's
Vada
what
was
I
still
said. I
able
didn't
to.
say nothing
But
about Vada though.
hold on, real quick. This is a snack fighter, so
Yeah,
that worked under Victor Conti. So if his
yeah.
potions was so good, why did they catch Willie?
Why they catch Willie?
If
Because you
this
got
is
to
the same
understand.
guy with
Listen,
Victor
listen,
Conti.
bro. It's always a scapegoat. Look,
Oh,
look.
what?
No,
What's this
no,
guy
no.
on
And I'm
about?
being honest.
Oh my
No,
god.
listen. Can I talk? Can
Go
I?
Go ahead,
ahead.
you
I
can
know
rip
it shit
now.
sound funny right now, but can I talk?
All
It's,
right, man. Go ahead.
it always be a scapegoat. I ain't saying that if it's true. Willie Monroe may have took him on his own, but that's hard for me to believe when he associated with a proven
He's going up
cheater.
against
So
Jamal.
hold up,
Can you
look.
prove? Can you
So
prove it?
look. He is a proven fucking cheater. Stop defending.
Who?
He's not a proven fucking cheater.
I'm not
He a
defending
felon.
him.
Willie or okay, go ahead.
No, I'm
Talking
talking
about
about
Victor
Victor
Conte.
Conte.
No, since he
No,
whatever
I
was
don't
a
care about.
felony.
Look, Hamed, let me finish my point. I don't care about since he or nothing. I'm talking about he is a proven fucking cheater who is
Oh,
a
okay, I get it.
felon
Hold on, I get it
because of
now.
that.
I get it now. So this is kind of to help your defense that's why
No,
Mikey didn't get
no,
stopped for
no.
the
I'm trying to make my point. No, I'm just
snack
trying to make
10.
my point.
That snack
Y'all,
10.
y'all won't let me make my point and tell y'all where I'm coming from.
That Conti Chan. Go ahead, bro.
So look, it's always a scapegoat. I'm not saying if it's true or if it's not true. Like somebody said earlier, Willie Monroe may could have took some
On
by
his own.
himself, but Willie Monroe ain't just one of them popping fighters out there, right? Who just popping right now. So
But,
maybe I'm just saying maybe it's just a theory. Victor,
Sacrificial lamb.
it's just a
Okay, well,
theory.
Vada,
can I,
Victor
can I
Vada,
say
Conte
something?
make
Can I say something real quickly? AOTB. Let me tell you something, bro. By that statement, you're trying to undermine Vada because he works with
no.
them.
Why you keep bringing up Vada, fam?
Because you
Because
got to. You got
he
Listen,
because
to.
you're
bro.
mixing the
Hold
two
up,
up. Look, Vada and Victor Conti are different.
hold
Victor
up.
Conti
All right, hold up.
doesn't.
Did the baseball records get undermined?
wait. Okay,
This
okay.
guy's
Look,
going
first of
all
all,
over the
let's get back
place.
to the point. Let me just say
I'm
this.
asking the
Yeah,
question.
I gotta shut it down, but go y'all make y'all last the points. I gotta shut it down.
No, what
But
I'm
shout
saying
out
is,
to Vada. Vada or not, man. Shout out to Red Glove in chat. Vada or not,
oh,
goddamn.
yeah. Let's say this, man. Vada employs Victor Conte on a temporary basis. They contracted him, right? They use his services to consult because their scientists are not good enough to detect certain drugs like he can. Okay, this is like the FBI when the federal government hire hackers after the fact they get caught hacking, very sensitive systems in the world, right? So they hire him to do this shit, right? And they've been catching a lot of people ever since he's been, ever since he's been under their payroll, as you want to call it. Okay. So by the fact that you try and discredit Victor Conte after the fact that what he did, he paid the crime, he did the time, as you want to say, as Black Horseman says, right? My point is that the man has cleaned up his life. Okay, he's learned
Oh,
a very, very
you know that for sure, huh?
well. How can you prove that he's cheating right now?
How can you prove that he's not?
He
You
hasn't
can't.
tested positive. He hasn't been found
No, I'm
guilty
just
of
saying.
anything.
How can you prove that he's not? I can't prove that he is. I'm
Okay,
Going
I'll
by
telling
the
you.
answer the
Hold
facts.
question.
up, Dan. I'm telling you right now. I can't prove that he is, but I want you to tell me how can you prove that he's not?
Well, he hasn't been
Has he?
caught so far, so there's your
Oh,
proof right
oh, oh. oh,
there. Okay,
so,
then.
so hold up. Some of the fighters who've been under the snack program haven't been caught.
Willie Monroe.
Willie Monroe.
Okay,
Who else?
it don't matter. Somebody been
It
caught,
do
right?
matter. It do matter.
Oh my
That's
No,
only
hold
one
on. Is
guy.
that fact or fiction? Did somebody get caught under the
Willie
Somebody
snack
Monroe got
got
program?
caught.
caught. Somebody got caught.
And he
Yeah,
was
somebody got.
working under the snack program with Victor Conte, right?
Yeah, he was.
Of course.
Okay, so that don't bring up no suspicion, no type of way. We just gonna say, oh, that's all Willie. I'm just asking.
Yo,
It
so
has to be
let me see
Willie.
something. Let me see
I mean,
something.
listen, the
No,
only
I'm
one,
asking the
hold
question.
on,
Is
real
that
quick,
all?
real quick.
Is we just gonna say,
Let me just say something real quick because, okay, that means that Devin Haney is on something. That means
Mm.
that Caleb Plant is on something. That means that Mikey is on
Can
something.
I say something? I
That
got
means
a good
that
rebuttal, man.
J-Rock, Julian J-Rock is on something. That means that Demetrius Andrade is on something. That means that Sean Porter is on something. It's a lot of niggas in the snack program.
Can I say something?
So
What
you gotta
if
say
look,
all the niggas dirty then.
this guy using
I
one
know
guy, Willie
Ortiz.
Monroe. Can I say something?
Ortiz was on snack at one time too.
Uh-oh.
He
Yeah.
was. So that was after, innit? But I was
Yeah,
gonna
that's
say
after you left. Yeah.
this.
Go
I
ahead,
was
man.
gonna say you gotta see if you got an organization and it's not much, no one doing anything like no one's racist or anything. But then one of the guys leaves there and becomes a racist. Can you really blame the organization on that? Just because that guy was part of the
Just because that guy,
organization.
yeah, I mean, that's what
I
I'm saying.
mean,
If we see if we see a pattern where just niggas just popping left and right, then we can say, you know what, man, maybe these, snack programs are dirty. But I just can't just
So hold up. So
shit.
hold up. See, this is what I'm saying right here. Y'all would just undermine everything I say.
No, we not.
Like, no, not undermine me like will be disrespectful, but just undermine and let it just go up under the rug and just forget about what I
Nigga
said.
got the super
Like,
string popping.
hold up. Did Victor Conte have a part or not a part in shattering the baseball records?
Dude, that was years ago.
I'm
He can't.
asking. Hold up. See, why you got to tell me how many years ago it was? I know that already. I'm asking you a direct question.
Yes,
because you're living in the past, man.
No, I'm asking you. Did he play a part? So we can't talk
We
about the
answered it
future
already,
if we don't
bro.
talk about the
No, he
past.
did that, bro. We're telling you that he cleaned
I'm
his line.
asking. Why you can't just answer my question yes or no, Dan?
We did. Yes, he
Okay.
did.
So
Because I
look.
said it.
And look,
Okay, go ahead.
and with all the records, then they also screamed that it was undetectable things. The Barry Bonds never got tested positive for nothing. Only thing he
Right.
said on the stand is he had some clear stuff they gave him. He would never
Right.
got detected. If they would have never put up an FBI investigation or nothing, it would have never been nothing.
Can I ask
Okay.
TBA a question?
And he
Do you
was
believe
still-
in second chances? Like, do you believe
No. I
one
do.
mistake and that's it?
And I do. And I'm not just trying to put that hat on Victor Conte. But what I'm saying is, I'm not gonna let y'all put that hat on other people if you ain't gonna put that hat on him. And
Who
we
did
ain't
we
gonna
put
look in
it
the
on?
fact of what he did
Those other
too.
people.
who do we put it on, bro?
Huh?
You said you're not gonna let us put the hat on other people. What other people?
No. What I'm saying is, if we gonna say stuff about other people, if y'all say a Vada or nada, and y'all try to say, and I respect that. I ain't disagreeing, and I ain't disagreeing with that. But what I'm saying is, if y'all want to say this, if other fighters is suspicious to y'all for not being on VADA, because y'all heard on UGC, y'all let that be clear. Any nigga who ain't on VADA, y'all suspicious of him. Black Horseman, right or wrong?
For me personally, yeah.
Okay,
I
so
can't
my
trust
thing
Reed.
is, so hold on, no. So
Right.
and I ain't mad at that. I respect that. That's a good stance to stand on. 10 toes down, not disagreeing with that 100% at all. But what I'm saying is, Victor Conte, I'm giving him that same fucking energy. This is a proven dude who done been cheating before,
What
and he
about
in
this though? What
boxing now.
about this? You know when you try putting Conti and Vada, I think together. I don't think that's fair.
I didn't put
Yeah,
Conte in Vada.
one sec,
You
man.
just
So when you talk about them both at the same time, it looks like you are. That's what it sounds like.
right. It
But
does look
Yeah.
like it.
But I'm not doing that though. I'm just making an
can I
analogy.
finish? Can I finish my point? The thing is this: USADA are the ones who have been shaky when they did the whole
Facts.
testing with Mayweather, the
Facts.
IV gate, whatever.
That's real
Vada,
shit.
when you say that about Vada, it looks like what you're trying to say they're not credible and they're leaky. But USADA's the one have been suspicious of stuff like that. The whole report the Hauser leaked as well. So
Yeah.
what you're trying to do is you're trying to make out like Victor Conti is Vada from
No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm
because
just
Well,
that's
saying.
what it sounds.
we
I mean,
can't look
okay,
at it
hold on.
no
And I
other way,
respect
bro.
your opinion, what you're saying, but that's not what I'm trying to do. What I'm just trying to do is if we're gonna be aware of the Vada or nada, we're gonna be aware of the Victor Conte and Snack. That's all I'm saying.
But you're trying to talk it. Okay.
The content answer that. Okay.
I don't know, man. But like I said, I agree with Ahmed on this one, man. It seems like you're trying to tie in Victor Conte to Vada as if Vada is not credible
I'm
because they
not
pull
trying to
him
do
for certain.
that though, bro. I'm not trying to do that. But look, Vada is their own people.
Who's more
Victor
credible?
Con-
who's more credible than Vada?
no, look, I'm just saying, Victor
compared to
Conte.
UConn and USADA and all of them. Who do you
Look,
think is
Victor
more
Conte.
credible?
When I look at this guy, I'll be like, yeah.
You crazy, bro.
No, I'm just saying. When I look at him, bro, I'm like, the same way I look at Richard Schaefer and the way he undermined Oscar De La
You
Hoya
can't
at
compare
Golden
the
Boy.
two. This is what I see.
Hold up real quick, Ahmed. Do
Hey,
you know what?
it ain't his fault De La Hoya was getting high.
I know, but look at this, Black Horseman. Look, Black Horseman. I don't give a fuck. Look, just say hypothetically, bro. Just say when UGC do its thing, right? And you got niggas working up under you, right? I don't give a fuck, nigga, if you sniffing the finest of coke or if you drinking the finest of liquor, nigga. No nigga don't fucking screw you out your whole company like that. Because that whole roster that PBC got, guess where they came from? Oscar De La Hoya. And guess what the fuck that snake ass dude in Richard Schaefer did? He undermined them fighters the fuck up out of Golden Boy to PBC when Oscar De La Hoya was at his lowest. And let's not forget this. Richard Schaefer is Oscar De La Hoya's brother-in-law.
Yep. That was family.
So that's what I'm saying right there, fam.
But getting back on topic, when we talk about VADA, I don't know how long.
You don't want to talk about that though.
No, I know.
You don't want to talk. See, look, hold up, Dan. I just dropped him with some facts on the reason why I think of how I feel about Conte using the Richard Schaefer.
Are Conte and VADA related by law or some shit?
No, they're not related. But goddamn it, hold up. So you telling me this Black Horseman? you don't look at Conte kind of a little weary a little bit?
Well, let me ask you a question with a question. ILBT, as Horseman asked you though, he tried to ask you this question: what's more trustworthy drug testing agency, VADA or USADA?
No, it's VADA. It's VADA.
Okay, that's why
I understand. No. Look, I'm gonna say it like this. That's what the people. That's what everybody's saying is VADA. I ain't no doctor, so I can't just be 100% sure and just say
you don't have to be a doctor.
So you're giving two different answers here. But I'm asking you, then, if that's the case, then I'm gonna go by your first answer. If VADA is so trustworthy, why the fuck is Earl Spence not real to VADA?
No, look. So, but what's wrong with Earl Spence? No. Look, this is the thing right here. This is my thing right here, Dan.
All right.
I spoke this with Black Horseman on another podcast. I say all the fighters should be on the same drug program. I don't give a fuck what it is.
Okay.
I do. I care about which one it is because I know
VADA is the most stringent. And the thing is,
they list is way deeper than USADA's and UCAD's.
Yeah. To put that on Victor Conti is not a good look because what you've said is since Victor Conti and VADA have been around, and I think since he started helping them, look, they caught Peterson, they caught Berto, they got
Canelo.
And Povetkin.
They talking about a cash cow.
So when you
but then what they come back and say about Canelo though, then after they caught it.
First of all, let me tell you something about VADA, okay? What they do is that they catch people and they alert the sanctioned bodies and they have to take action from there. VADA can't suspend people. They can only report the results. That's what they can only do, okay?
So you can put WBC under the bus, but, you know.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just telling the truth. That's the way it works. Because they can't suspend people. They can give their recommendations.
You probably can put Mauricio Suleiman under that heat.
There you go. Exactly. So this is what people don't see. This is what people don't know. The drug testing agencies, their job is to find the results. If they find a positive result, they report it to the sanctioning body, then they provide their recommendations. But they cannot sanction the fighters. That's the sanctioning bodies or the athletic commissions. They have to do it. That's their call. So, yeah, I just wanted to throw that out there. But the fact is that, yeah, man.
The side of the opponent be like, hey, man, you probably get your ass in there. You better protect yourself at all times, man.
Yeah. Speaking of USADA, obviously I don't trust them because they're the ones who covered up the Eric Morales results when he fought Danny Garcia the first time.
Oh, you
people didn't know that.
You don't trust USADA, but you trust Victor Conte.
This is what I'm trying to say.
Hold up, you don't trust USADA, but you trust Victor Conte, though. That's a real contradictory ass statement.
Who said? No, this ain't got nothing to do with us trusting Conte. This is about us trusting VADA over USADA and anything else out there.
So let me ask you this, Black Horseman. Let me ask you this, Black Horseman.
You just did it again.
Let me ask Black Horseman a question.
Go ahead, bro.
Black Horseman, do you think that Victor Conte is one of the smartest motherfuckers when it comes to making sports medicine?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so do you think he's smart enough to get by VADA? I'm just asking you a real question.
Do I think he's smart enough?
Do you think he's smart enough to make something?
Potentially.
It's a possibility, right?
Possibility.
That's all I'm saying.
But you know what's a fact, though? That's a possibility. But you know what's a fact? VADA has more stringent testing than USADA. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, I know. But
that ain't no possibility.
Hold up, real quick, man, and I'm gonna let you go. But with Victor Conte being as smart as he is, you do give him credit that he could come up with something possibly to beat that VADA test, right?
Yes, sir.
Yo,
Possible.
Okay,
let me
that's
say
all I'm
something.
saying.
Look, all this.
But the only thing that my question mark is that if it was the case where he was just looking out for every snack fighter, why would Willie Monroe pop?
This is
That was
what I'm
just
gonna
that's why
say.
I
This is
brought
what I'm
that
Because
gonna
up
I
say.
earlier.
told you. All right, now go ahead, Hamed. Go
This
ahead,
is
Good,
what I'm
Hamed.
gonna
I
say on the
guess.
possibility, because this could work anyway. It's like the word subjective. It's someone, I think it's Victor Conte even said, if you do 360 testing, so Dene or what was it, Edwin Rodriguez, this is just one example. They were even seeing there's 99.9% chance if they're taking something they will be caught. There's
Yep.
just 0.01% chance they won't be traced. That's very unlikely. That's what I'm saying. So if you're gonna go by possibilities, there's always a possibility in anything. But
And if
if you
that's the
go
case,
by
that nigga Jared Miller should have shined up with fucking Conti shit because they
Well, you
caught
know what though,
everything in
that's the
that
thing
nigga
too.
shit.
And Miller, bringing him up, he refused to go to the CPP program. He refused. So I mean,
Right.
that I
And
just
so
want to
when
throw that.
he did VADA for one fight, and we seen what happened.
Yeah, they got caught.
He
yo,
got
Kugan
caught. So at
Cassius
the end of the
actually
day,
interviewed him
you
about
know.
that on IFL, like asking him why ain't you doing Vada, and he tried backtracking from it.
He
Yeah, he
said
got
he
back
said it
there.
was like having another wife. He didn't want to be in the
Yeah,
clean
that's
box
why he
program.
refused to get ranked by the WBC because the WBC they have a rule. If you want to get in the top 15, you gotta be involved in the clean boxing program.
True.
Gotta be
But
involved in that, and he didn't want to do it. So
that's
I mean,
this.
this is right from the beginning. And I know Deontay Wilder gets a little criticism, in most cases, in which he deserves. But I will say this though, he did say that Big Baby Miller was on something 2 years ago.
Oh yeah,
Mm-hmm.
He
when he
did
was in
say
that
that.
car, innit?
Yep, he was in that car giving that live stream. He did say that.
And one
You
thing
know,
I've heard a lot of people try to make accusations and assumptions about Wilder.
yeah,
I never said Wilder's on anything. He's a WBC champion. He's in the clean boxing program. I
yep.
believe that fucking Alabama power, all that shit is natural. You know
That
what I
is
mean?
natural.
So
Yeah, let me say something about that, Horseman. Here's the thing about athletes, because Wilder was an athlete before he became a fighter. He used to play football, and I think he played basketball too at one time. Them
mm-hmm.
dudes, and I used to play basketball in high school. And let me tell you one thing, man. Them dudes, they may be tall and lanky, but they strong as hell. You know
Yeah.
why? Because when they play in the low post, they got to be strong because they got to bump guys out of the way, especially got to box them out for rebounds. Them dudes are
Mm-hmm.
naturally strong. Dudes is strong and they're quick and they're fast. So that's natural strength right there, I believe, and I agree with you on that one, man. That's
Yeah,
natural.
I never
can I see?
suspected Wilder. I don't even put him in that category of
I was gonna
PEDs.
say this. I do have suspicions over nearly every athlete because that's just. I think I've studied VADA and all this for about
Yeah,
5 6 years. Yeah. So unless they're doing 360, I do have VADA testing. I do have suspicion, but that doesn't mean that I think they're all on it because you got to go
Mm-hmm.
by the facts. Like you got to go by innocent until they're proven guilty,
you're right.
and
Mm-hmm.
if you stick to that, then you'll be consistent. But I will say this to say Victor Conti is a criminal and all that, which he was found guilty, but
Hey,
then
you
say
look. You
what?
think? Yeah, he is a criminal.
Yeah,
He
all
is
right,
a
all right.
criminal.
He is. But he's looking at VADA, and VADA are more credible than USADA. So what does that say?
Oh,
What does that mean then? Do you really not have to be a criminal to be corrupt? Because the guys that work with USADA, a lot of those guys are corrupt, and some of them have never been done for felony. I think the guy that Marquez was working with, Memo Heredia, he was a guy that always used to insinuate working with USADA.
all I'm saying is, if y'all gonna say this about fighters, you know, let's talk about them fighters up there because all of them got question marks on their head. Everyone you name, Black Horseman.
All
Say
right. Well,
again,
let me
bro.
ask you this, IOBTV. Let me ask you a
I
straightforward question, bro. Should
Hold
Errol
on.
Spence enroll into the Bada Clean Boxing program? Yes or no?
yes.
He should. Okay, good. All right.
Black Horseman. Didn't we go over this the other day? I'm
Yes,
I
saying
didn't know.
sir.
I'm just asking.
no,
I'm just asking you.
but I'm like this though. I think every
He actually did
boxer,
a video. He put it in his title.
yeah,
Okay, I didn't see it, but I just wanted to ask him.
yeah. So I feel like, but the reason why I say he need to get in there because I'm tired of hearing shit like this. You know,
Okay.
because it seems like shit like this will go at fighters like Earl Spence, you know, and other fighters, but shit like Victor Conte being in boxing and working with all these other fighters, knowing he's a proven fucking cheater, niggas just want me to let that go.
This nigga, man.
They
Yo,
just want me to
VADA,
let that
let
go.
me
All
say
right,
this.
man. Shit. Let me just.
VADA is the most credible test because the UCAD is very bad. That's probably worse than what's
That
it
Billy
called,
Joe shit.
USADA. Yeah,
Billy Joe exposed the whole UConn, bro.
Oh yeah, that was
UCAD.
bad. That was horrible. I was kind of suspecting UCAF from the beginning too in a way because after the Tyson Fury debacle, because mind you, they knew that he was on dirty when going to the Klitschko fight. Don't you know that they knew it, and they still allow him to take that fight because obviously they did that because he was fighting them overseas. He wasn't fighting them in the UK. So the fact is they knew about this and they hit the results for such a long period of time, and then they finally brought it against him after the fact that he made some obscene statements. And you got to put two and two together. You know what I'm saying? After that fight, he started to go off the rails. He would start to make some,
Say, Trav FDY, shut the fuck up, fam.
What's up?
Trav FDY need to shut the fuck up.
Who?
Oh, shit.
Trav FDY.
Oh, his last
talking
comment.
about this Apple TBA thing. Someone who commits a crime is always guilty. Do you hold a crime? No, I don't hold a crime over someone's head forever. But when it comes to like steroids and shit like that, I'm gonna be suspicious of motherfuckers who is proven cheaters in my sport.
Yeah, but
I think that's
the
fair.
way you're
I think that's
talking.
fair though.
It ain't nothing wrong with me being something wrong with me being suspicious.
No, nothing wrong with
No,
that.
no.
Right.
I think that's fair because I mean, there's that.
But
I mean,
the way he's
believe in
throwing
second
Vada under the
chances.
bus he doesn't sound like that. I think he's
Well,
going to put you on top.
Hamed, you know the way we do it over here in America and y'all do it across the pond is different, sir.
No, but you're throwing a whole
Oh, shit.
drug agency under the bus.
Well, Hamed, like I said, man, like the way we do things here and the way y'all do things there, it's taken differently.
Yeah, it
like,
is different because I think
call like we call cigarettes over here. Y'all call a cigarette a fag over there.
yeah, no, that's two different completely. My point
That's the
is this.
difference.
My God, this guy. My point is this. Vada, you can't just
YouTube about
throw.
to shut down the stream.
You can't just throw Vada under the bus like that, man. Because you
I
started
ain't
to.
hold up.
You
When
started
have
to
I
work
ever
with.
said?
He's just
Hold up. Why is you lying on me, Hamed? I never threw Vada up under the bus, man.
he's just being suspicious is all, and he got the right to do that.
I'm suspicious of Victor Conte.
No, but you kept saying he could do stuff. So you're trying to say Vada.
Damn, you act like I'm lying,
that nigga is a convicted fucking cheat.
Yes,
but the way you were talking about Vada earlier on, you were
Nigga
trying
know how to make your nipples look regular and be super strong, according to Trav.
Hey man, I gotta shut it down for real.
All right,
all right,
bro.
Shit.
Black Horse.
Hey, shout out
brother.
to TBA, Dan the man. Hope to have you come back on, brother.
All right, thanks, dog. Real talk.
Red Glove, Hamed, Charles,
good talking to you guys, man.
Corey Lee Boxing, who was on earlier. Unbiased Boxing Talk. I don't know if I'm missing anybody. That was what you call it? My nigga Rasclot, trolling like a motherfucker in the chat. Shout out to everybody, man, that tuned in, the ones that hit the like button, even the haters, the 3 dislikes that we got, man. Shout out to y'all for the watch time. But we'll be back tomorrow morning, man. Once again, we do it every morning between 7 and 8 Central Time. And big salute to the UDC Click. Make sure y'all go to the homepage, go to the channels tab, subscribe to all my brothers there, man. We out. See y'all next time. Peace.